on the thunder throat, so shook and groan. Disobedience turned their hearts to stone. Rejected the truth, lost in the zone. Now they're paying rent in Hades' bone home. Both crackheads, no shelter in the night. Underworld gates, that eternal fright. Denials echo through torturous flights. Only face facts could have saved their plight. Lightning crack, no way back. Lost souls on brimstone track. Ignorance, gotta pay the toll. Zeus truth or face the dole. Charon's boats too full to float. Whales of the foolish on the underworld moat. Denied at the end, decree now they don't. Eternal chains, no antidote. Gods convene, truth unseen. Demigods whisper, lost souls scream. Follow the path or drown in the stream. Zeus' wrath, a cruel dream. Dreams of torment echo loud. Lost in sulfur, desperate, proud. Zeus watches from Olympus cloud. Rejected truth, their fates avowed. Convene, no way back. Lost souls on brimstone track. Ignorance, gotta pay the toll. Zeus or face the dole. Charon's boats too full to float. Whales of the foolish on the underworld moat.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. What is going on today? Ladies and gentlemen, you know what we got to do. Let's get this show started, all right? We got to do a lot to save this country, all right? You know how it is, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get going, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome.
Don't be wrapped up in your feelings and be careful when you flash it. And when you play the game, man, you better know your options. Don't try to photocopy when you out here being saucy.
It's getting too spicy. I ain't even had my coffee.
Don't be wrapped up in your feelings and be careful when you flash it. And when you play the game, man, you better know your options.
Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get this show started, all right? Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, W. Ed in the chat. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. Once again, you are all back here, and we are back in the Thunderdome. I'm your host, and I am your pilot, and you know exactly why we are here. Shout out to UK. I have the UK here. All right. Good morning, everyone. Yes, you know exactly why we are here. We have to save this great country of ours from the evil clutches of this guy in the background, Donald J. Trump, who is hell-bent on destroying our country, and he also has help with his supporters, all right? But before we get into that, let's take care of some housekeeping items. For those of you who do not know who I am, I go by the name Zeus, or some like to say Triple H. And why do they call me Triple H, ladies and gentlemen? Yes, with Elon Southern Delight, you're right. And why do they call me Triple H? Well, it's quite simple. The first H is because I'm honest. I'm the most honest person on social media. The second H is, well, you guessed it, because I'm the most humble person on social media, all right? And then the last and the final H, ladies and gentlemen, is because you've guessed it. I am and will always remain, you've guessed it, the most handsome. Yeah, many of you are familiar with what we do over here on this side of town, on this side of TikTok. What we do is very, very special. It's unprecedented, all right? We hold those on the right. I don't even want to call them my friends anymore, because look at what they've done to this great country of ours, right? We hold them accountable for their dirty, disgusting, filthy deeds, as well as their crimes. W. Rick in the chat. Oh, good morning, Ange. All right, yes, good morning. Yeah, we hold them accountable for the lies that they've been telling the American people, and making sure that they understand that this is probably one of the greatest betrayals of... This is the greatest betrayal I've ever seen in American history. You literally have people who voted for this nonsense that's going on in this country of ours. The only thing that makes me feel a little bit better about it is the fact that I didn't vote for Donald Trump. I voted for Kamala Harris. All right. So I take no accountability I don't take any accountability for what's about to happen. All right, so listen up. Before we go any further, I am going to give every single Trump supporter who's here the opportunity of a lifetime. Do we have any Trump supporters this morning here, ladies and gentlemen? Please, if you are here, identify yourselves. Don't worry, I don't need to bring you up just yet. Are there any Trump supporters here? All right, because I got to say this. I really do. Oh, okay. You are not the president. You need to go away. I think that's what X said to Donald Trump. You're right. That's right. Even Elon's kid knows Donald Trump's not the president. All right. I mean, but still, they're evil. So if you're a Trump supporter, do me a huge favor because I'm going to hurt your feelings, and it's designed. I run the show just like that. I want to hurt MAGA's feelings. Yeah, that's what I wake up to do. I dream about it. I go to bed at night, and I say, it just, please let me come up with a new way to hurt these people's feelings so that they can understand that they've committed an act of treason, right? So that hopefully it'll shock you and get you out of this cult that you're in right now. I don't know what it's going to take for it to do it, but I'm going to make sure I bring nothing but the truth, so help me God. So if you do not want to be subjected to an overwhelming amount of truth, information, and knowledge, do us all a huge favor and leave this live and go hang out with these deranged TikTok creators out here on TikTok. They lie to you. They sit here and repeat the things Donald Trump and Elon Musk said. They repeat it without even verifying it's true. You are all a bunch of parrots. I think parrots are smarter than Trump supporters. Ladies and gentlemen, to the Trump supporters, do me a huge favor. Leave right now. But you get this. You don't got to take my word for it. Listen to your leader.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
There you go. There you go. And that's for each and every single one of you Trump supporters, all right? We're heading towards dark times, ladies and gentlemen. You got Elon and them doing these funding cuts. You see what they're doing out here, taking money from the poor and giving it to the wealthy. You see this going on out here, ladies and gentlemen? Yeah, that's why Elon is going through the budget in the United States government. He's trying to figure out how to spend $400 million for his armored Teslas, and he needs the money. And you Trump supporters are going to be the ones that suffer the most. You all hear about this farmer, and Skyler's his name, who's out here on TikTok, and he wants the government to reimburse him for fronting the cost. This story, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not convinced Skyler has learned his lesson. As far as I'm concerned, Skyler, don't put a TikTok video out. Why don't you call your elected officials and tell them that you want Donald Trump and all the MAGA Republicans out of office, right, Skyler? So what you got to understand is farmers are about to take a massive hit financially. All right. Their farms are going to be ruined. You got food sitting out here in the ocean, it's supposed to be for USAID and it's supposed to go help feed the hungry people. That food is rotting right now. Farmers are going broke. So congratulations, MAGA. We're getting ready. Actually, we're about to have a famine. We're about to have a widespread famine. I looked at the news. They said the flu numbers are higher than they've ever been. But congratulations, MAGA. You got RFK. And you know what he's going to do. He's going to suppress the truth. Measles outbreaks, right? We got measles outbreaks going, ladies and gentlemen. Did you see this? You got tuberculosis outbreaks going. Congratulations, MAGA. We're going to have a lot of Trump supporters going straight to hell. And this, I didn't think it would happen this fast, but a lot of you Trump supporters, honestly, you're on your way to hell. And imagine the excuse you're going to have to use while you're there. Why are you there? I got COVID. Oh, well, why didn't you get vaccinated? I don't trust the government. All right, go straight to hell. You got tuberculosis, you got measles. Okay, yeah, you don't trust the government. Great, yeah, go straight to hell. All right, and so that's what I do on this show. I send Trump supporters who are possessed with the MAGA demon. I send them straight to hell if they do not accept the truth and really get to a place of repentance. All right, and that's what we got to do because a lot of you aren't that intelligent. If I go into another live, how many of you go out here on TikTok and you go into these TikTok streets? I get so angry. I mean, you see these people they can speak English. They can. And you would assume these people are grown and they can wipe their own rear ends and they're free-thinking individuals. And they get up here and they say, we have to cut the government spending. And people are pushing back saying, well, if there's fraud, obviously, yeah, we do need to stop it. But where's the fraud at? And they go, oh, I have this graph from Elon on X. And this graph shows me that there is fraud. And I say to myself, at what point will they realize that Elon Musk is simply taking the money that you are supposed to be getting and lying to you about it, MAGA? You don't understand. You're not that intelligent. And so what I would encourage each and every Trump supporter to do is to just get off of X, get off the internet, and don't have another conversation with a Trump supporter without first doing your homework. Right now, I don't know if you've been following it, but Medicaid, Medi-Cal, whatever you want to call it, Medicare, is on its way out of here. All right, congratulations, MAGA. You don't need that. Twitter runs their brains. So, I had to go talk to my friend Lawrence O'Donnell yesterday, and I'm not going to go all the way into it, but I think this is the part that really sent me over the edge as I heard this being brought up yesterday. All right, listen to what Donald Trump and these so-called Christians are doing.
Not alone. 52% disapprove of the job Donald Trump is doing as president in a new Marquette University poll
52%.
Released today. And that is 2% more than the total number of people who voted against Donald Trump in the presidential election, which means that some of those Trump voters now disapprove of Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple of percent of them.
Ooh.
And they have a right to disapprove of Donald Trump's job as president if they believed Donald Trump in the presidential campaign when he said this.
When I win, I will immediately bring prices down starting on day one.
Did Donald Trump really just say that, MAGA? When he wins, he is immediately going to bring prices down. Did you see the information about inflation yesterday, MAGA? It's up. It's not down. And you all sit back and you all let him get away with this nonsense. All right? But we've exposed him.
Well, we're past day one, and today the business news media was buzzing, not in a good way, about a surge in inflation reported today. Inflation shot up during the month of January.
That part.
And that may have tipped some Trump voters into disapproval of the job Donald Trump is doing because of that day one promise that prices would come down by sunset on Inauguration Day. Now, I, for one, do not blame Donald Trump for the increase in inflation in the month of January.
Right.
But then I didn't blame Joe Biden for the increases in inflation during the Biden presidency. And I didn't blame any previous president for increases in inflation during their presidency because presidential action usually has very little to no impact on inflation. Usually no impact.
Usually.
So my news coverage rule is that I don't blame the president, whoever the president is, for increases in prices.
Who do you blame?
Unless the president takes flagrantly inflationary action, as Donald Trump has proposed doing with wildly inflationary tariffs that he has not yet imposed, because someone must have told him just how inflationary his tariff ideas are. Jim Farley, the CEO of the Ford Motor Company, is living in fear of the Trump-threatened tariffs, but not so much fear that he is afraid to speak out against them like most business executives. The CEO of Ford said a 25% tariff across the Mexico and Canadian border will blow a hole in the U.S. industry, the auto industry, that we've never seen.
So basically, Donald J. Trump, ladies and gentlemen, is trying to get rid of the American auto industry with his tariffs. And this is just the beginning of a lot of the stuff that he's done. So what we'll do, ladies and gentlemen, is we'll warm up the lake of fire. All right. And this will be the first thing we'll do. We'll send Donald J. Trump and his plan for the economy. We're going to send both of them, actually. Where are we going to send them? Straight to hell.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
and then we just can't get any real clear information about when is inflation actually going to start going down. The press secretary, Caroline, all right, you know what she does. She gets up there and she repeats his lies. She goes on the news,
as you know, President
News Nation, and they talk about the inflation report that came out. And the question is, when are we going to start getting some relief? When are we American people are going to start getting some relief? And listen to just how she ignores that. All right, this is the crisis right now in this country.
And as you know, President Trump won the election for two big reasons, the border and the economy. So let's talk about the economy, inflation right now. Prices are rising for Americans. The Labor Department sharing a 0.5% increase in inflation for January. That's the largest monthly increase since August of 2023. President Trump calls this Biden inflation. And look, we all get you can't just flip the switch on and off here. But when realistically will Americans start feeling real price relief that was promised to them on the campaign trail?
When?
Well, first of all, let me say that the inflation report released yesterday was not a surprise. However, it does prove that the Biden administration left us with a mess. Inflation, this was the last inflation report from the Biden White House. And it shows that it's an indictment on their mismanagement of that crisis that was ongoing for the past 4 years. And so there's a lot of work to be done, but President Trump and our entire team are committed to doing it. And he already has taken significant steps to lower costs for American families. Number one, he signed an executive order to launch a massive deregulatory campaign. We know more regulation leads to higher inflation. President Trump also declared a national energy emergency. We are going to drill, baby, drill, just as he promised on the campaign trail and also committed to during his first term, which we know led to record low inflation. The president is also committed to historic tax cuts, which will ultimately put more money back into the pockets of the American people. And so there's a lot of work that's going on across the entire administration to put more money back in Americans' pockets and to drive down prices. As for a timeline, it's the economy, it's the free market, but rest assured, this administration is doing all that we can.
Oh, you hear that, MAGA? As far as a timeline, rest assured, this administration is doing all that they can. But you heard all those words, but we're just not quite seeing any results. Think about this, you Trump supporters. Y'all voted for this. Y'all went to church and asked God to give you guidance before you cast your vote. And guess what? You just woke up and realized you voted for the devil. So what I'm going to do is, once again, we're going to send these Trump supporters, because, see, I don't like to do this, but I'm going to do it. I got to keep doing it. We're going to send you straight to hell, because guess what? You don't know any better, and you're possessed with the MAGA demon. Hopefully this helps you out, all right? But guess what? You're going to suffer anyway.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
So, I said normally I like to get on here, and I love my conversations about mass deportation, especially to my Latinos for Donald Trump. And I even like doing some of the DEI stuff, because yesterday we had a gentleman come up here and he told me that I was something, which really it was him projecting. So we can still get into that, but really, I think where we're at right now as a country is, are there any Trump supporters out here that are actually thriving right now with the current Trump administration? Any Trump supporters out there that run businesses? I would love to know how you're actually thriving right now. In what capacity, what industry? Any Trump supporters out there thriving right now? Please identify yourselves in the chat. All right, I'll bring you right on up here, and we will get that conversation out here, right? If you're a Trump supporter, please put a 1 in the chat. I'll bring you right on up here, because, see, we got a lot to discuss. We got to understand, why are you all so afraid, so intimidated to deal with Donald J. Trump? All right. Let's see. Trump White House. I've talked to you before. Okay. Who do we have here? Okay. Big Dog 611. Why don't you come on up here? All right. If you're a Trump supporter, please send me a guest request. Come right on up here, and we'll get to the bottom of whatever it is that's bothering you. All right.
No, I'm not a Trump supporter.
Oh, I thought you were a Trump supporter.
No,
you put
I
a 1 in
was
the chat.
No, I didn't. I was.
Oh, you did put a 1 in the chat.
Did I?
Yeah.
I didn't mean. No, I was sending you necklaces and sending you
okay.
stuff. That's what I was doing.
Okay, brother.
Sending you gifts, dudes.
All right. Sorry about that, Dan. I saw you put a 1 in the chat. I think you can double check that, but don't worry, champ. I got you. I got you. All right. Thank you for coming up here. All right. Let's see, ladies and gentlemen. You know what we want to do? We want to get some of these brave Trump supporters out there, the ones that are so thrilled with the way that Trump is running this country. I would love to get you to come on up here and, yeah, please explain to us what is Donald Trump doing right now to actually help get things going for you. All right. Because as far as we're concerned, Trump White House, we've talked already. There aren't any Trump supporters. So what this is confirming, ladies and gentlemen, what this is confirming, and we got proof of this all over, is MAGA knows. Nita, you're not thrilled, Nita. I can hold on. Nita, you're not thrilled, Nita. Come on up here, Nita. Why are you thrilled if you don't mind, Nita? If you don't mind, come right on up here. All right, because I don't get what you're thrilled about. Did you see Donald Trump yesterday? Nobody could be thrilled. Did you see Donald Trump yesterday? What did he do? He basically sold the United States to Russia. Did any of you Trump supporters see that? He sold the United States to Russia. He basically surrendered Ukraine over, and guess what? It's a dark day in Europe. If you go look at the what the people in Europe and the people in Ukraine are saying, you see what's going on. Nita, it's not false. It's not false, Nita. I have no reason. I have no reason to get up here and lie to you Trump supporters. All right. And it's just so fascinating that none of them have the courage. None of them have the conviction to get in the box and tell the truth. All right. Who do we have right here? Who do we have right here? All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Who do we have? Nita Clue. You see what we got right there? You and I spoke before. Yeah, Nita. I know you and I spoke before, but what we're not getting is we're not getting you to come up here and confirm how you are actually doing a lot better under Donald J. Trump. This is the sad situation that's going on in this country. Elon Musk has just basically revealed his hand that he's the one running our government. Yeah. And Nita, I don't know about you, but are you on a fixed income, Nita? Because if so, we would like to talk to you, Nita. Are you on a fixed income? Because see, a lot of these Trump supporters, they don't want to get up here and actually expose who they really are. Are you on a fixed income, Nita? And then you got to ask yourself, how am I going to survive with the price of my eggs going through the roof? Right? How are you going to survive with the price of gas going through the roof? How are you going to survive, Nita? This is the guy you put in the White House. Has he done anything, Nita, to actually help you and your quality of life improve? What do you think about him wanting to commit the United States to another war? Perhaps you know what he's talking about doing with the Gaza Strip, Nita. You see what's going on in this country? If you haven't been paying attention, his approval numbers, they're starting to slip. And that's because it turns out Democrats were right. We're gonna bring up Q Dog. Good morning, Q Dog. How are you doing, champ?
Hey, what's going on?
Not much. It's a light day at the office, I see. What about you?
Yeah, it's business as usual with these Trump supporters. Um, it's just amazing how, and I wanted to touch bases on the situation that happened in my home city. If attacking is in the chat, I would like for him to come up. See, these folks, they want to spew all this hatred and whatnot, and they want to say that we spew hatred
Yeah.
all day long. But you get these SWATs that decide that they want to come try to invade actually the wrong part of the Cincinnati.
Oh, I did hear about that. Yeah, the Triple K marching out there in Cincinnati, and things didn't go so well for them, right?
Skinheads.
Yeah.
And they decided that they were going to try to infiltrate the wrong part of the city. Didn't realize what Lincoln Heights actually was. And they tucked their tails between their legs with their hatred. But attacking has the audio footage of them, just dropping the N-word right and left. So for all you blackers out there that say, oh, well, racism is not it doesn't exist, think again. Think again.
Any
Because
blaggers out there? Any blaggers out there? They've been mighty quiet lately, Q Dog. Remember, we at one point we were getting attacked by them on this platform, but they've been mighty quiet lately, haven't they?
oh yeah, definitely. See, the thing is, is making it very convenient for these folks to come out in full fledged and want to be well known and seen out from under a rock. But then they want to get on here and say, "Oh, well, there's no racism, there's no hatred, blah blah blah." Yeah, okay, miss me with that, because that was proven fact right then and there. And see, like I said before, we are not our ancestors.
Gregory, listen up. You're either going to send a guest request, get Gregory, or knock it off.
Exactly. Because you could be on here all day long saying what you want to say, but it was proven fact that we are not our ancestors.
No.
We're not going to let you just come up in our neighborhoods and in our community thinking that you're going to run ish.
No.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah. We're not going to let them.
Rude awakening.
Yeah.
But, you know, the whole scenario with that person, Pam, I forget her last.
Pam Bondi.
Pam Bondi.
Yes.
Yeah. You want to file a lawsuit against New York and Letitia James for trying to prevent this type of hatred and cruelty to people that's in the world. But you want to say, oh, well, there's no hatred. No, it is hatred. This ain't nothing but pure hatred.
Yeah. We see it for what it is. We've been through this before as a people. We know what this was. She couldn't wait to attack black. That's how I look at it.
The part that really, really gets on my nerves is especially the ones that come up in here that are, they know they white tea racist. Like the couple that came up yesterday.
Oh, Lucy and Mario, I remember that.
I'm not racist, but you don't come up here to talk about stuff that actually is racism. You just skip over that. And you want to go straight to what's going to potentially benefit you. And a lot of y'all come up here, y'all talk about stuff that has nothing directly that's going to affect you. You just going with the propaganda. Oh, what he said it on the live, so I'm gonna say it on this live. And I really think a lot of y'all just on here just faking the phone.
Yeah.
Y'all just on here trying to get your likes up and get your followers up for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are on here because this is their only job. I've had a young lady I heard when I was with Shay to say that this is my only job.
TikTok
Get
is?
on TikTok.
This is what she said? Was she a Trump supporter?
I don't know if she's a Trump supporter, but I know that it crushed her spirits when it went down. See, we from the old school.
Yeah.
We from when you had to pick up a book.
Yep.
And if you wanted to know the meaning of a word, you picked up something called a dictionary.
Yeah.
You didn't have the luxury to click on a device and get everything that handed to you right then and there. You actually had to do real study.
Preach it, Q Dog.
And some of these people are so complacent with their lifestyle. They don't know the sun from their behind.
Nasty.
This
is nasty.
That's the part that irritates me. You show some of these people
Lady
a
boss.
rotary phone.
Yes.
They be like, what's that? How do you work that?
This is sad. This is sad. He's speaking. He is telling the truth, and a lot of people understand what Q Dog is saying right now. All right, listen up. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
I'll tell you, man. Look, somebody asked the question one time in a live that said, if you had the ability to do one or two things, either go back in time or read people's mind, which one would you choose? Me, myself, personally, I would go back in time.
Yeah.
To a time that at least it was innocence, and it because the world it's always been a place of ignorance and cruelty.
Yeah.
But if you had one piece of your life that you can go back in time and just be there just for the moment,
Yeah.
because I don't want to be the one that can read your mind. That's enough of that spewing out. They telling you what they thinking anyway, so that's irrelevant.
Tell them, Q dog. You gotta save some of these folks out here who are lost by helping remind them where they came from and what they can and can't do in terms of helping to improve the situation we're in right now. I get it,
I
but
tell
they
you,
don't get it.
it's sad when, like I say, I don't condone organized crime or whatnot, but at least people like the New York and Detroit mob or whatnot back in the day, back in the 30s and 40s, at least they had a oath, a street oath
Yeah.
that we're not going to harm women or children.
WHE, yeah. There is a code of ethics out there when you're out here in these streets, right? There's none of that right now with MAGA. These people only have one thing.
These people have no filter whatsoever nowadays. Anybody could get it. I seen one video where the kid, all he was doing is riding his little motorbike on the street. And this ignorant fool gets out the truck. Where do you live at? Who are you? Why are you riding on my street?
Nasty.
Like you bought the street.
This is sad. This is sad, but
Is ridiculous. This kid was like 12, 13 years old, just outside having fun in the snow, riding his motorbike up and down the street. And he put his hands on it. See, these are the type of demons that are out there.
Tell them, Q dog. We got it, and you know what? We're gonna deal with that. We're gonna deal with it. Now I gotta move it on. All right, brother. All right, but
For sure. I'm here if you need me, bro.
yeah, I might have to bring you up, especially if we get some of these blagga. All right, because that's the thing. I want to talk to these folks. All right, and you and I know what we do when we get them up in here. We back them down in the paint and we destroy them.
Exactly. If you get a chance,
Yes.
attacking you today, if he comes up, ask him to pull up that footage, because sometimes you gotta actually.
I seen the footage.
Well, hear the footage, not the footage of them coming towards them. I'm talking about the snopsies that and their verbiage.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta put the demon right into the fire. So
Well, some of the verbiage is so strong you can't play it on TikTok, if you know what I'm saying, because they'll take the live down. I've seen it though, and I said this is when they get up here and they try to tell me that I'm a. Yesterday, you see that guy said, "Well, Zeus, you're a racist," and I'm sitting here thinking to myself, or he said I was a bigot. I'm thinking to myself, did you just see what I just saw happening in the country? Right? Were you and I walking down the streets with the flags? Like these folks were out there? No, we were not. It's them. It's their friends. But they want to get in here and tell us that we are the ones that are being racist. Yeah, right.
Well, you already know what it is, Zeus. When they demonized and took away the Confederate flag, all they did was replace it with the Trump flag.
There you go, and that's what it is. Thank you. All right, brother.
I'm gonna drop down in the comments, man. I'm here for you, bro.
All righty then. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's my brother Q Dog. All right, let's give him another round of applause. No lies detected. All right, put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter. We'll bring you right on up here, and we will get to the bottom of whatever's bothering you, all right? But you got to be willing to be honest, all right? You know, it's so sad. I don't see any of my Latinos for Donald Trump anymore. We don't see any of these so-called successful businessmen. You know, we had folks here that used to brand themselves as successful businessmen, and these were the same people advocating for mass deportations. They don't have any of that. Where are the Christians at? Where are you? Where are my Christians? This is where we need to be as a country right now, where we're getting ready to we're holding a lot of people to the fire. Yeah, we see that Trump is getting the confirmations that I'm winning. I am. Thank you. I appreciate that. We're seeing that he's getting the confirmations that he's been dying to get, but for some strange reason. Yeah, I read the Pope's letter. Yeah. For some strange reason, though, the Trump supporters, they're miserable. They're suffering. And it's because they know deep down inside that they've played themselves. Yeah, you all have been exposed. What else did I hear today? Voting for a Republican. This is what I heard today, and I wanted to ask the Trump supporters, how do they feel about this? All right. We're voting on the Republican budget today, and listen to what's going on with the Republican budget, MAGA.
Just got the Republican budget. We vote on it tomorrow, and the top lines are clear. There's $1 trillion in spending cuts, but there's $4.5 trillion in tax giveaways to the wealthiest Americans and biggest corporations. That's right. Republicans are once again going to increase our deficit by trillions of dollars. How are they going to justify doing it? I wish I could tell you, but this document unbelievably has 31 pages of blank spaces where numbers should be. But we know how they're going to do it. They've told us. They're going to make cuts to Medicaid. They're going to cut the services that protect our seniors, our kids, our veterans. And that's why we're going to be there tomorrow, to push back, to make sure that the services Americans need will still be there.
So they're going to cut back on services to seniors, veterans, our kids. MAGA, did you vote for this? MAGA, honestly, did you vote for this? Because a lot of you benefit. If you haven't looked at who gets a lot of federal support, it's usually the red states. What is the source? You can go check out Representative Morgan McGarvey. All right, he posted it on his X page. So this is why I was saying it's about to be a bunch of widespread famine going on in the red states. And do me a favor, MAGA. Don't you dare come out here to California. Don't you dare go to New York or any other Democrat state. You stay your special behinds right where you're at and suffer. So you're not going to have any money to get food. You're not going to get any more eggs. And you know what? I thought about this. This is what it's going to take to make MAGA do the right thing. All right. This is what it's going to take. We got to take away your eggs. We're going to take away your ability to buy bacon. All right. You don't trust research. You don't trust hospitals, right? Because you guess what you got? You got your ivermectin, W Shay in the chat. See, I didn't want to get worked up this morning. But you're going to have nothing but, you're not going to have a single Democrat around you. And it'll just be you alone with your thoughts, getting orders from your dear leader. And then you're going to end up getting measles, tuberculosis, maybe even another round of that C-19 thing going on. And you're going to be broke. You won't be woke, but you will be broke, MAGA. Listen to what I'm telling you. And then in that moment, I believe this is when the Trump supporters who aren't hell-bent on being martyrs, right? I get it. Some of you are willing to unalive yourselves for Donald Trump, for the cause. I know those are the ones that, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and scratch them off, and I'm going to say, Elon, go ahead and cut their funding. They don't need it, right? Some of you are willing to lose your life for Donald Trump. I'm not necessarily worried about you, but I do understand. I do believe that there were some of you who truly were believing Donald Trump, and you were bamboozled, even though all the things that we were saying were there to help stop you from being bamboozled. But there might be a little glimmer of hope, but you will not get out of this cult until you're broke, you're sick, you're coughing, and your life is on the line, right? This is when they're going to go, if I could just get access to one Democrat hospital, I will change my life. I will call Jesus Christ in the Bible, the real Jesus. I will worship him, and I will never bend the knee to Donald Trump, all right? That's the only time they'll get to a place of understanding. California can fall off the... Okay. Hold on, Buster. Buster, come on up here if you don't mind, Buster. What has California done to you, Buster? If you could, please, Buster. I don't know why you would type that in my chat, especially when you look at all the perks and benefits this great country, this great state has done for the country. I wonder why you only talk about Trump but never certain Democrats. GZ, why don't you come up here and ask that question? If not, then you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to assume you're a Russian bot, and I'm going to tell you, do what I do to everybody that I believe is a Russian bot and is afraid to come up here. Mods, put them in a straitjacket. Put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter. I'll bring you right on up here, all right? But you got to be willing to be honest. You got to be willing to be accountable. And you know what? I see a lot of you are getting triggered by the way that I run my broadcast. Maybe you didn't hear me at the top of the show.
If you're not happy here,
yeah,
then you can leave.
There you go.
As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, If you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply,
Lady
you can
boss
leave. You can
woman.
leave right now.
Thank
Come back if you
you.
want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
Yeah, yeah. So this is the best show on TikTok. W Stephanie in the chat. Yeah. So MAGA. All he can do is lie. Relentless, come on up here, Relentless. If that's what I'm doing, I don't get where the lie is at. Every day you see me show up on this show, and I don't think I hide my position on any issue. I show you my hand. I don't get why you say that I'm lying.
Well, actually, if you watched the USAID committee hearing, you would know that Trump has not stopped any funding for any health or disease funding. It's all still being funded. So your little misinformation parade on here needs to stop.
Where could you play that?
I'm not in front of the TV. I saw it before I went to. Well,
why are they taking down the logos and the letters off of the buildings? Why are the people being told not to come to work? You know what I mean? Like someone's
Why
lying.
do you think, Zeus? Don't you think Americans have the right to know where all their wasted tax dollars went? And now I'll admit, some of that funding wasn't all waste. Some of it actually.
How much do you think was waste?
Billions.
What percentage?
I'm gonna say it was. I don't know, man. This is just a guess, so don't hold me to it. But I want to bet at least 75% of it. That's a lot, and you know, don't get me wrong, but you ought to want to know about why your tax dollars was wasted all that time under Biden.
Relentless, you really believe 75% of the federal dollars were misappropriated? That would be a crime.
What? Why? All right, then you tell
Right?
me. Then tell me why are the Democrats running and answering the questions? Why are they so pissed off? Because Elon Musk is finding out what they did.
Okay, well, I'll
They're
tell you why.
scared. It's only the Democrats, Zeus. That
No,
shit's
no,
cool.
no, no, no,
Yes,
no. Listen,
yes, yes.
relentless.
Yes.
Are we really gonna have this discussion again? I mean,
Absolutely. I call
okay.
myself relentless for a reason. And
Why?
I'm telling you now, Democrats are being found out. How does somebody on a $200,000 salary all of a sudden in the last 4 years under
This is
Biden
crazy.
goes to 12 million, Zeus? Come on.
Who did that?
Who?
Yeah, because
Elizabeth Warren.
Do you have the proof?
It was just on the news.
Okay, all right. So here's the
Well,
thing.
you can deny it all you want, Zeus, because
I would love.
Democrats don't want to face the truth. You don't want to face the fact that we're happy with Trump because this is what we voted. This is what we voted for him to do in the first place.
What
is
state are
clean
you
house.
in? What state are you in, Relentless?
The wonderful state of Virginia.
Okay, all right. I'm trying to keep this country united, Relentless, and that's my angle. And if you would have spoken with me maybe a year or two ago, I was a lot nicer because I was more concerned about closing the gap in terms of the information and staying way away from the identity politics.
But that's not true because I've been following you for over a year, and all you've done is come.
Well,
on here
maybe
and
you should have.
attack.
Maybe you should have went a
attacked
year.
Republicans, and you have attacked MAGA, is what you call it. When the real maggots of this country is people like you, Zeus, that cannot speak truth. You
Okay.
have to lie. You have to attack.
Okay.
That's what you do.
Okay, so I understand that's how you process what I'm doing.
No, that's not processing. I've watched
So
you. I've seen you do
if
this.
you want to really prove your point, let's
fact,
go
when
down
I
this.
get off of
No,
here,
no, no,
you'll
no,
do
no,
a
no.
little-
Let's go down this path together because the one thing, and I've said this, and you could go back and watch my videos, and I've said, if you want me to stop running this show the way that I am running it, we have to agree on a couple of things. On no matter what side of the aisle you're on. So let's try this together. All right, it's
Sure, go ahead.
2025.
All right.
Who was responsible for the attack on the Capitol on January 6th?
See, you want to go there, but who just did an insurrection on holding up buildings just this past week and was crying to shut down D.C.? Your Democrat Party. So you cannot go there anymore.
Wait a second. We'll talk about that, but honestly,
No.
let's come on. Let's close this gap. Who
First
was
of all,
responsible
Trump's-
for the attack on the Capitol on January 6th?
Did Trump get charged for anything? No. So therefore, you can drop that.
But we still should be able to agree who it was. Because see, I think if we can set aside the politics and just focus on the truth, then I think we'll be able to start, shoring up this issue that we have in this country. So is
All
it
right,
safe to say?
Unfortunately, it was a group of idiots that got a little rowdy that did more than what they should have been doing. But that happens a lot in a bunch of crowds, no matter where you go.
Is it safe to say Donald Trump?
No, Donald Trump had nothing to do with it.
So that's one thing that you and I we seem to not be able to
It's
close
on record, Zeus. He said peace. He did not say go and attack the Capitol. So
He also said he would go there with them.
So what? It's a protest. He has
Yeah,
that
but did
right
he? Did
in
he?
this
Did he?
country.
Did he?
has
Did
that.
he said, and he also said you got to fight like hell because if you don't fight,
How
you won't
many
have.
Democrats have said fight like hell in the streets just this past week alone, Zeus?
Were they the president?
They are senators and congressmen.
Oh, that doesn't
come
count.
on, Zeus. We're not
No.
going to be this bye thing.
So
you want to play.
Okay,
You want to play a game.
So this is why the message. This is why I run the show the way that I run it, right? Because just like you have to be supposedly relentless, I have to be 20 times more relentless in terms of getting this truth out here. The truth is
You
this.
ain't telling truth.
The
We all
truth
seen
is
the truth.
the
We
truth
all
is
seen the truth.
yeah. The truth is,
Maxine Waters and Booker out there yelling and screaming, and Chuck Schumer telling
Yeah.
people to go to the streets and fight like hell and do this and shut down cities. So Zeus, I will not hear your excuses on this show no more because guess what? The truth is coming out on the Democratic Party and y'all suck.
Anything else?
Hey, I'm just telling you, man.
Okay. So
You're shaking
I'm just
in
gonna.
your
I'm just.
boots 'cause
I'm
you know
just.
the truth is coming out.
No. Here's the thing. I'm
Now,
just
who
gonna.
else is going to be
I'm just going.
investigated?
Hold
Charges
on.
are coming out here soon.
Hold
and
on.
another lie
Jesus
you
Christ.
put out this
Jesus
morning.
Christ. Listen, are we
Talking
going to
about
talk? Are you
the
going to?
lawsuit,
I gotta mute you, bro. I mean, come on. You're trying to get everything out all on one moment. All right. I'm just going to say this for the sake of my show, and I gotta protect the audience and tell the truth. He's lying about who's responsible for the attack on the Capitol, the January 6th. It was Donald. It was Donald. Hold on, let me finish.
Nobody has been charged, so fuck you, Zeus.
Okay, well, listen, don't curse. You can see that he's actually knows I'm telling the truth because otherwise,
you're not telling truth. So don't play a game like that, or I'll sue you.
Well, why did Donald Trump pardon these people? These are Trump supporters. He's not pardoning Democrats. All right, now let's move on. I want to get back to where we're at today. So that was just my test to see if you would be honest about something that's in the past.
I am being honest.
So right now, relentless. Right now, your cult leader is in the White House.
It ain't a cult leader. America voted. He won. Move on. Get over
What
it.
has he done, relentless, to make your life better? Go.
So far, everything I voted for. Get the illegals out of this country. That's absolutely right.
How does that help you?
How's it help? Breaks down. It takes crime rate down. That's what it does.
Well, here's the
naive. Are
well,
you
here,
naive?
relentless. I hate
It
to
drops
break
fentanyl in this country. Are you that naive too?
relentless. How many people have been deported out of the 11 million?
Well, let's see. 3 weeks in, he's already done thousands of them. Over 4.
Oh, well, what percentage is that of 11 million in your world?
Well, I get it. It's small, but guess what? It's happening.
So he hasn't done. I can't. So is it closer to 100 or is it closer to 0 in your world in terms of percentages?
Man, it's like a 0.0 something percent.
So it's close to 0%.
But guess what? Is it happening or what?
No, but relentless.
Do not play this damn game. It's happening.
Relentless. So
on.
0, relentless. Since it's closer to 0, then I'm not going to give you points for that. What else has he done?
Of course you're not, because it don't hold.
Because 0 is nothing.
0 is Democrats want to hold. You play a game all the time.
What else? What else?
Make you feel
what
better
else?
Of your point.
Relentless. What else besides the so-called mass deportation? And by the way, did you hear how much it costs? He's actually spending over millions of dollars to deport these people because he's using our military equipment, our airplanes, instead of just putting them on commercial flights. How is that being fiscally responsible? Because guess who's paying for those military flights?
Let me ask you.
That's you, relentless. Relentless. That's you.
I know how it works.
So he's wasting taxpayers'
Have you served
dollars.
This country ever? Did you serve?
I'm serving it right now.
Okay, though you never been on a flight.
I have never been in the armed services, if that's your question. But as far as I'm concerned, what I'm doing,
nothing about how those flights work.
Well,
They're not even costing you that much. So
how much are they costing? Because I've looked at the reports.
They come out of a military funding, Zeus.
Oh, and where are they getting that money from?
Where do you think it's a
taxpayers
already allotted by Biden?
No. Biden
wasted.
Okay.
Your tax dollars already, Zeus.
Jesus Christ. What else has he done for you, relentless? Because I looked at the report that came out. Inflation is 3%. It's going up. They say it's going in the wrong direction. He promised to get rid of this stuff in 24 hours after being elected. And obviously it hasn't gone that way. And our the egg price is relentless. So what has Donald Trump done for you?
Do you understand why egg prices went up? Are you that naive? I guess you don't read the news, do you?
Why?
Because the agricultural secretary at the time had a freaking chicken farm burned up in the flames because they were testing on these chickens and killed over millions of chickens that rose the price of eggs. So now, speak some more truth, Zeus.
Okay. Well, you're wrong.
No, I'm not wrong. You can search it and research it, and you'll find it if you do your job.
So Donald Trump takes no responsibility for the egg prices?
Absolutely not. Egg prices were high under Biden. I mean, how ridiculous is that? In 3 weeks he spent in office, you want to hold him accountable for prices that risen under Biden.
Relentless.
Are you that naive or just narcissistic?
Well, how about this? You tell me. I'll answer your question if you tell me what you are, because this is what he thinks of you.
You're either stupid or you hate the country.
Which one are you?
I'm smart. You're stupid.
No, that wasn't a choice.
I think you heard what I just said.
What did he say? This is what he thinks of his supporters.
You're either stupid or you hate the country.
Which one are you?
Actually, that's not what he said about supporters. So won't you tell the truth?
No, let me play it again.
You're either stupid or you hate the country.
Now, why does it hurt you? Why is it? No, relentless. Why does it hurt you?
Won't you play the whole soundbite? He was talking about Democrats in that soundbite.
No.
Oh, yes,
I got the soundbite. I got the soundbite. You don't.
It was about Democrats.
So
Again,
what else has he done?
You're not going to win over me.
Yeah, you're relentlessly uninformed. You're relentlessly poorly educated.
For the past couple years under a failed presidency under Biden, and you're naive and blind.
Okay, great. So what else has he done for you? Because I know where you're at. When he said you're either this or that, I know where you're at, and I know exactly how to deal with people like you. So what else?
Me, Zeus.
I'm dealing with you. What else has he done for you?
Dealing with me enough. What, on a host show so you can lie and mute me when you want to?
What else has your cult leader done for you?
Again, it's not a cult leader. So
okay, what else has your daddy done for you? Gosh,
actually, he's your daddy too now.
No, but okay, what has he done for you? You're dancing around it.
I ain't dancing around. He's doing everything we voted for at this point. It's being checked off.
So the answer is nothing. Relentless.
Actually, he's cleaning up the education that's been so crooked in this country for so long too.
But honestly, how's that helping you? And what did he do to clean it up?
Actually helps me because I got kids in school, which you probably don't have, so you don't understand what real education's about, do you?
Real what? Education?
Yeah, real education, do you?
Why do you say it like that? That's weird.
Well, no, it's not.
What's your highest level of education?
Indoctrinated under Biden and under the Democrats for years.
What is your highest level of education?
Me, I have 2 degrees. I have an associate's in construction and drafting engineering, and I have a master's as well.
A master's in what?
In engineering as well.
In what type of engineering?
I just told you, construction engineering.
Well, the reason I asked is because what was the highest level of math you had to complete in order to get that construction engineering degree? What's the highest level of math?
Oh Lord, it was way up there, man. That's like 2007. It was calculus, trig, and a little bit of all that other math, man.
What is that? Okay, so you don't know anything like analysis 2. You don't know anything about like abstract math. Well, Calc 3, they talk about doing triple integrals and stuff like that. You did those?
Right. Yeah, I graduated back in like early 2000, man. That's a long time ago.
Yeah, well, most people, when they say they're an engineer, I'm looking for them to say, like, I'm an industrial engineer, I'm a chemical engineer,
yeah, I'm not a chemical
I'm an electrical engineer, and things like that. So that lets me know the type of caliber of individual that I'm dealing with, right?
Actually, I'm in charge of structure, your house, and making sure it's designed right. So do not talk down to me, because what do? You work from here all day long from a basement.
Do you have any proof?
Yeah, I see you every day on here. You're never off of here, Zeus. You're on here all day, blabbing your mouth and lying.
Okay, all right. I got it. All right.
You got it.
Relentless. I'm gonna be honest with you. You're a pretty decent person when you're not letting the MAGA demon do what it does. And I think, I'm starting to think you're a regular American like all of us, just trying to make your ends meet. But I also sense that for some strange reason, you won't come clean and you won't be honest with us about what Donald Trump has done to actually give us some sort of hope that he's actually seriously concerned about helping Americans.
Because
I mean, I heard that you said
wait to 100 days. Wait to 100 days and we'll come back to it.
Okay, so nothing yet. That's kind of where we need to be. That's all I'm saying, because whether you and I agree politically, whether you like my show or not, we have to be able to be honest with ourselves. I don't know if you've been hearing the stories, but there's a guy out here. His name is Skyler. Sure. He has a farm. And you've heard about how he didn't understand that the Biden funding that was set up to help these farmers was, it was helping him. So he fronted the cost to do this. And now Trump paused and he froze the funds and he's not able to get reimbursed. And he's in a situation where he either has to sell his equipment, sell his farm, or, pretty much Donald Trump has to do something to help him. And this is the reality that I'm trying to get at.
No, I got you on that.
We have
about to be back on. Do you believe in doing audits when you take over as a CEO or boss?
Yeah, I do.
Then.
And I believe that the people doing the audit should have gone to school. You were bringing up schooling. I believe they should have been going to school.
Smarter than both of us?
Are
you really naive?
Okay, I'll look at it like this. You're an expert at construction, right?
But yeah, and
great. So I wouldn't necessarily ask you to go and do open heart surgery. It's not saying you're not smart, but that's not your thing. You know what I mean?
Elon Musk does more math than me and you combined every day when it comes to numbers and calculations. Right?
No.
Oh yes.
No.
Can you go design a spaceship like he does, a rocket?
No.
Okay, then. So therefore, Elon Musk is smarter than you.
So your argument, if I understand you, is because he can build a rocket, he can go and audit financials, and he knows all the accounting practices. He knows more than the people who've gone to school and spent decades in this industry. Elon knows that he has that knowledge because of his ability to help people build rockets for his businesses and his ability to create a company. Well, what about Tim Cook? What about Tim Cook then? Mark Zuckerberg. Why Elon?
Elon obviously deals with almost trillions of dollars versus what Zuckerberg deals with.
Oh, okay. So he's a billionaire. So now it's not about.
He knows math, Zeus. Ain't that who you rather have than Maxine Waters in charge? Come on.
So relentless. I'll say this. I would rather have a person who's actually an auditor going through the financial statements.
So you're going to sit here and say you don't believe anything. You're going to be naive to it.
Well, in case you haven't been following it,
I'm just asking you.
He lied about the $50 million.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
That's already been fact checked and proven that he was telling the truth.
He admitted he was not telling the truth. What are you talking about?
No, he has never admitted that.
Did you hear the interview he did a couple of days ago? You want me to play it?
He never said that on the news.
No, he did it a couple of days ago, and when he was having the press conference. Hold on, let me play this for you. All right, and then after this, bro, we gotta stop. We gotta stop this. All right, now
I think the point, Zeus, is, but do we not want to know where our tax dollars go? Right?
I know where they're going. When Congress allocates the money for that, that's where they're going.
No, it is not. You're if you don't go read those bills, then you're just blind, Zeus.
When was the last time you actually read a proposal and then read the budget and then looked at how it was allocated? When was the last time you did that?
Have you done that?
Yeah.
When did you do that? Under Biden? Because you didn't trust it?
Well, whenever there's questions about funding being allocated, that's the first thing I do. I go and I look at how the funding got allocated, and then I look at where it got allocated to, and then we go from there. Hold on.
Let me ask you this. You believe what you read on black and white. You don't think that it can be crooked?
I believe that you can actually commit crimes, right? And that's something completely different. But when you say 75% of the funding is not being allocated correctly, I say, oh, okay. So then what we have is an issue with internal controls, perhaps.
Well, that was a guess too. So don't hold me to 75.
Okay. So which one is it? I'm trying to find it where Elon said that, what do you call it?
I mean, I guess my point is we need to know where our money's going, man.
Yeah, but there's a right way and a wrong way to figure that out.
Elon Musk has a top secret security clearance, better than me and you, right?
I also know Elon has conflicts of interest.
Why? Because he didn't originate from this country?
Maybe because of some of the lawsuits that he's been dealing with.
If he was a Democrat, you'd be all for Elon Musk.
No.
Yeah, you would.
No.
Yes, you would, Zeus.
Hold on.
Every one of you Democrats are like RFK.
I can't find it. Oh my God.
RFK is a Democrat. Y'all were all about him, and then all of a sudden, y'all threw him like trash.
Well, if you're not for the people, bro, then yeah, we're gonna have problems, right? And RFK already showed his hand. If you're not a person that understands science and you're anti-vax and stuff like that,
I guarantee it. He knows more about science than you ever will.
I beg to differ. I mean, really? I'm not a scientist, but
so
you know
how can
what?
you beg to differ then?
Because I've listened to what he said, and I go, oh, you know what? That doesn't align with the research that's actually out here. And if you listen, there's researchers that actually have been pushing back against what RFK has said. As a matter of fact,
So you
what
mean
was his name?
researchers that got paid off from the Democrat Party to write that stuff,
Mitch
right?
McConnell is actually one of them that says, what RFK is talking about just doesn't quite make sense.
That's Mitch
All right.
McConnell. He needs to go anyways. But
All right.
anyways.
Well, listen
But
up. There's some people
you're
that want to
talking
talk to
about
you.
writings and from people in science that the Democrat Party has paid off to write statements to say this and say that to protect your butts.
Huh?
Yes.
Hold on. We're moving on to the next phase. I'm going to bring
Like,
up.
come on, Bernie Sanders. Come on.
Hold on. How much time you got, buddy? We got people who want to talk to you. They've
No.
listened to
Go ahead. If you got that soundbite, go ahead.
No. Hold on. All right, hold on. I'll bring up my good friend Dr. Lex.
Because I mean, if you're right, you're right.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the soundbite. Hey, good morning, Lex. How are you doing, champ?
Good. How are you? Relentless,
I'm all
I got
right.
some questions. I got some questions for you, Relentless. What was your master's thesis in?
What's that?
What was your master's thesis in?
I don't have to tell you that. That's my business, man. You want to see a master's degree? I'll prove it. I'll take a picture of it. I don't need to prove anything to you, asshole.
Why do you wait a second, buddy? We gotta keep it clean. We gotta keep it clean.
And you ain't nothing but a liar and a misinformation this guy.
Okay, so relentless. Whoa. Hold on, cowboy.
No. Whoa.
Okay, so
Relentless. We're having a decent conversation, champ. Come on.
So
don't ask me my personal business because I'm not.
Whenever I can say that I'm Dr. Lex Lucchese, I can pull that out.
Okay.
And then I can show you pictures of me on stage receiving it.
What are you a doctor
But see,
for?
the thing is, physics, genetics, and study human evolution. I also have one for founding a school at a historic Black university.
Oh,
so real
okay,
quick, and
awesome.
you can look that up because I find some things problematic when he was asking you questions about the math that you took in college, and you said calculus, and calculus is a high school subject.
Dude, I said trig, calculus, and everything. I didn't have calculus in high school.
Trigonometry and calculus are a high school subject.
No,
Calculus,
you're wrong. I took
calculus is sophomore year.
Wait. Don't wait on nothing. I didn't take it in high school. So don't
Were you
play that game.
Were you in remedial classes in college? Did it take you 14 years to get your master's?
No.
Because calculus is sophomore year of high school and trigonometry.
By the way, let me say this again.
Junior or senior year is
I did not have calculus. I did not take trig in high school. So don't play this fucking game with me on here.
Hold on.
I know what I took in high school. I know what I graduated with. So you can smile like a fucking joker.
Hey. Listen. What do you call yourselves? Relentless. Come on now. We have people that look up to us. No, listen.
Listen. He knows nothing about my damn
Wait a sec.
background.
Okay, but you called.
Because he wants to sit there and smile and look cheesy and sit in his.
Relentless. You called me a liar. I'm not acting like that.
Liar, so goodbye.
Relentless, you called me a liar, and I'm not acting like that. We need you to control your emotions. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's Relentless. And as you can tell, he's frustrated that he voted for Donald Trump, and he's been fully exposed as a liar. And we were just trying to help him see the light, and yet they try to say that it's us that's being problematic. It's not us. Relentless, come on back up here and take this behind whooping like a man, all right? But in the meantime, you know what we got to do. Let's go ahead and send them straight to hell. Goodbye, Relentless. You're not that relentless. Not in my opinion.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
You know, so my thesis was on the first matriarchal woman that came from Lake Victoria and how she's tied to Lucy and the bones that they found in Africa.
Wow.
The dissemination of human life across the planet and the admixtures and he's talking about calculus and trigonometry in college.
Yeah, I mean, I as soon as he said he took calculus, and I'm just sitting there going like, okay, that doesn't make any sense to me because many of us who've been to college and we've gone a little further in our education, you got to go way past calculus. You got to go way past that.
So calculus, you get it. Okay, so your freshman year in high school, you do remedial math, and then they put you in calculus your sophomore year, and then you take trigonometry your junior year, and generally it's advanced math survey your senior year, which is an entry course credit level for your freshman year in college when you matriculate.
Yeah, that's the. I mean, I know that, I mean, I was late. I was waiting for him to talk about differential equations and stuff like that. Give me something that tells me you've actually went beyond. But when you do the hemming and the hawing and stuff like that, it's just clear. No one buys it. You can say that in other places that where people let that stuff slide, but we don't buy that, right, Lex?
I was in a bad mood until I got here. Thank you, Zeus.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Well, okay. Well,
But yeah, I mean, the thing is, this is what he does. He gets on here and he gets mad and he curses, knowing he's not supposed to on this live. You're
yeah.
supposed to respect the host. Then he says all this crazy stuff. He says that Elon Musk is a great mathematician when Elon Musk clearly isn't. He hires a bunch of engineers and kids to do his dirty work for him because he doesn't have any responsibility for what they do.
Yeah.
And then he goes on TV with Donald Trump, and his 3-year-old son gets on there and says, "You're not the president. You can go home."
Thank you. Thank you. MAGA, do you see what we're talking about? It's the hypocrisy, and we all see it. Why can't you? W Lex in the chat, right? I mean, you saw him run. Wasn't I respectful to the MAGA demon? I was very respectful. I mean, and you didn't even curse. All we did was ask him some questions that he should have been able to answer. So you know what? It just shows me and everyone else that MAGA knows they've made a terrible mistake and they know it.
I gotta find some tissue, man. I can't do this morning. This is a lot, man.
There you go. There you go.
You need me anymore? I can go down.
All right. I'm gonna move it along, but ladies and gentlemen, W Lex in the chat. You see what we're doing? This is real work getting done, ladies and gentlemen. It really is. All right. Thank you, brother Lex. All right. W's in the chat for brother Lex. Let's see. Let's try it again. Do we have any civilized Trump supporters out there that are willing to come up here and just answer a couple of questions about your dear leader, your cult leader? You know who he is. We know who he is. And I'm just trying to get you to at least acknowledge that he hasn't done a single thing. Donald Trump hasn't done a single thing to help everyday Americans. Am I right, Mishi? I see it. So what I'll do is this. He asked me, he said, well, where did Elon lie? I finally found the clip. Relentless, listen up. This is when he lied about those $50 million worth of condoms, and they exposed them. And this came from Fox News.
No, we're talking about $100 to $200 billion a year. Sure. Serious money.
Mr. Musk, you said on X that an example of the fraud that you have cited was $50 million of condoms was sent to Gaza. But after fact check this, apparently Gaza in Mozambique, and the program was to protect them against HIV. So can you correct this statement? It wasn't sent to Hamas, actually. It was sent to Mozambique, which makes sense why condoms was sent there.
Yeah.
And how can we make sure that all the statements that you said were correct, so we can trust what you say?
Well, first of all, some of the things that I say will be incorrect and should be corrected. So nobody's going to bat 1,000. I mean, we will make mistakes, but we'll act quickly to correct any mistakes. I'm not sure we should be sending $50 million worth of condoms to anywhere, frankly. I'm not sure that's something Americans would be really excited about. And that is really an enormous number of condoms when you think about it.
Any questions, MAGA? Any questions? Any questions, all right? Because I would love to hear your way of defending this. If you're a Trump supporter, please put a 1 in the chat. W Zeus in the chat. W Zeus in the chat. If you're a Trump supporter, please put a 1 in the chat. I'll bring it right up. W Rick in the chat. You see what we're doing over here? He has been wrong about everything. I agree. All right, I'm looking out here. You guys are making my job so much easier, MAGA. I love it when you just fall in line and do exactly what we're saying do. All right, and I see you out there. There's some of them that are still triggered by the way that I'm running my broadcast. If you don't like the way that I'm running my show,
if you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
Thank you, Rhea W in the chat. So let's give it another few seconds. All right. If there's any Trump supporters out there, please do us all a huge favor. Just put a 1 in the chat, or you see that guest request button, come right on up here, and I promise you, I will let you say what you feel you need to say before we go ahead and do what we do, which is take care of business. Because you know what? We got to take care of business over here. We got to do the judgment thing. All right. Are there any Trump supporters, mods? You know what to do. You know. He came back. Get out of here. You came back to apologize, huh? Relentless, you came back to apologize to Big Zeus. Come on. Come on. Get that MAGA Wi-Fi straightened out. Relentless. Jesus Christ, Relentless. He came back. Oh, I guess he didn't want to come. Okay, Relentless. Oh my God, Relentless. I think there's something wrong with his connection. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna let Relentless get back into the audience and let him just kind of figure his way out. All right. Here we go. This is another one of my haters out there. Real American News.
Hey, how are you?
I'm all right. You're back.
I am.
Thank you. You want to apologize?
No, I just want you to admit that you've lied in your life, and taking accountability is the right thing to do.
No, I will not.
You've never ever mistaken anything in your life? You've been accurate on
well, you know, I go by the name Triple H, and one of the H's stands for humble. I'm one of the most humble people you'll ever run across. And
So
I've made it clear, if I get it wrong, I'll be the first to apologize, right? So I don't think apologizing is a sign of weakness. I actually think it's a sign of strength. Here's one. Would you apologize? Would you apologize for some of the things you've done, perhaps? Then, if we want to go down that path, because we can do it together.
Of course. That's what I'm saying. Elon Musk did in your little audio clip, and you're saying that he's some liar now just because he admitted that he made a mistake on where it was sent, but not the amount. Not the fact that it was sent on where it was sent.
Oh, so you think Elon apologized after he destroyed everyone's life with that lie? That was not an apology. An apology would have been something he did on his own, right? He would have said, "Oh, I got that wrong," and he would have corrected it on his own. He wouldn't have needed the media to correct him on that, right? And then turn around and try to make it look like, well, you know what? It's still a lot of money. It doesn't matter where it goes. No, when you're doing what you're doing, and you're cutting funding like that, sir, you gotta get it right. And the previous guest says Elon is an intelligent person. This guy builds rockets and stuff. So I don't understand how he can't be precise with this information. You get what I mean? It's almost to me.
He is very precise.
It's almost to me like he was intentionally manipulating people. And if you go and look at all the other things that he's been posting, they're all a bunch of lies. So 1,000 lies, and then you get called out for one, and then you're like, oh yeah, I got it wrong. The damage is done, bro.
So you're thinking all waste, fraud, and abuse that he's finding is 100% lies, and your government is completely honest?
I think everything he's saying is fraud is completely BS.
Like how could you possibly sit there and act like all of these programs need to exist?
Okay, because I understand that, for instance, if you're funding the research that's happening in Mozambique with the condoms, all right, well, we don't want whatever diseases and things like that are happening in these other countries to come over here to the United States. Am I correct?
Why are we the ones funding it?
Can you answer my question?
Are we the closest to them?
Are we the most powerful nation on the planet, in your opinion?
Yeah, I would say so.
So when you're the number one, there's a lot of things that come with that, a lot of responsibility. If you don't want to be that person, then you shouldn't be striving to be number one. But like you and I agree, America is number one like this. So when we have the ability to do things that actually protect Americans, then we do it. And like I said, you saw what happened during the pandemic. It came from another country, but it came here and did a nasty thing to Americans, didn't it?
Well, I mean, you would think that your old administration had everybody believing it didn't come from China.
No. We all agreed that it started over there, perhaps, right? And it came at
perhaps.
Yeah, but
you guys called Donald Trump a liar whenever he said it was China.
No. I said that he was being
100%.
racist. I said that he was being racist when he was calling it things like Kung Flu and stuff like that, right? That was totally unnecessary. And then you all started trying to make up these things about Fauci, and that's when we started saying, okay, you guys got to stop this, all right?
Did we make things up, or did he get pardoned?
But I don't want to get into that. we at least understand that things can happen in one part of the world that could have an impact here. We understand that.
Okay, yeah, I'll agree with you on
Thank
that, but
you,
that doesn't.
thank
But I
you.
don't
I mean,
agree.
come on. You can't just ignore
But
science, bro. This is the thing. People flying in from different countries, they got things that they contracted, and it comes here, and you're like, oh my god, is it going to cost more when the damage is done to fix it, or should we spend some money to prevent the damage? You get what I mean?
well, yeah, but it sounds like these countries, for one, need to prevent it themselves, and for two,
If they don't have the
if
money,
they can't, then there are much closer countries that have to worry about this problem far closer than we do. That could help.
you're not
And
following
it's
me.
not always
Okay.
America. It's not always America.
Okay.
And the thing is a lot of us feel like America, yes, is the greatest country, but we've been put on the back burner by politicians for far too long, and we want to get back to feeling like that. It's not even like we feel like that anymore. You guys typically don't feel like that whenever things aren't going your way.
I think
That's the
you.
first time
I
I've
think
ever heard you say this is the greatest country there is.
no.
Yes, it
I've
is.
always. Listen. I've never ever not thought that. All right. So I'm glad that you're now recognizing that I have that position, and it's not just me. I believe a majority of Democrats believe that. All right. So the next thing that I'm going to say is this, though. If we are not the ones standing in that gap, right? That a country that needs aid, and there needs to be a country that gives them the aid because they don't have the ability to do it on their own. Should it be Russia that fills that gap? Should it be China, our adversaries?
I would say literally everybody inside of NATO or the European Union could all combine and contribute instead of just the United States.
Okay, but so you don't think Russia or China would try to outmaneuver those countries? Because Russia and China, they're a lot more influential than those countries you're talking about, right? And so this is the conundrum the United States is in. All right, if you and I if we want to protect Americans, we shouldn't be relying on other countries to do that. We kind of got to do it ourselves, and that's why the funding was
Why do other
authorized.
countries rely on America then? Other countries rely on America for protection.
Yeah.
So what are you
saying? Because we're the most
they
powerful
rely on us?
country.
I understand that we're not relying on them. We're literally saying, hey, we don't want this to be a problem for the world, but it's not really just our problem, so you need to split the bill.
Okay, I get it. I get what you're saying. So you're just saying they should do it the way Donald Trump is suggesting it should be done. But for the most part, you agree
Right,
America is the number one country and that we have a role to play in the world, right? It's not just America's. We only spend money here in America, because then you know what I'll say about that? I'll also say, isn't it funny that Elon is talking about cutting all this money and saving America a lot of money, but what is he going to do with it?
Well, he's literally going to bring down inflation. That's the point of it.
Wait a second. So he's going to take the money from these various federal agencies, and he's going to have this huge, massive pot of money. And you're telling me he's going to take down inflation with that? How?
He's not going to have any pot of money. He's not an employee. He's not getting paid for this. Besides, like him, like.
Are you following what you're saying? So
you guys are coming up with these reasons for the SpaceX. You know what's funny here?
Wait, Real America, you were right there with me again. Let's just go to this world that he's convincing you all he's creating. He's taking money from USAID. He's taking money from the NIH. He's taking money from the NIH. He's taking money from the military. Now he's accumulated all this money. He's clawed it all back. And he's like, look, America, I've saved us all this money. My question to you in your world is, what is he going to do with all of this money now? And you said he's going to bring down inflation. How?
I would say probably putting it towards the fucking national debt.
Well, keep it clean.
Been in New York. Have you ever been in New York and seen the national debt clock like I have? I mean, it's sad to look at.
So he's going to pay off our national debt.
There's things that you can possibly start doing instead of wasting the money for other programs that don't matter. That's what I'm saying.
So in other words, he's not going to give Americans any relief with the money he's clawed back. He's just going to pay off some debt.
I mean, he could. Donald Trump gave you guys relief. I'm sure you cashed that check with his name on it whenever that COVID stuff happened.
All right, I just needed to ask you that. I'm going to bring up someone else. All right, because this is hurting my brain. If you don't mind, all right, I'll bring up my good friend Val. Val's very good at
I'm a
this.
challenging one.
Oh, my brain hurts right now.
Hi,
First, let's
Val.
deal with the misinformation, sir.
Please
Countries from all over the world participate in the AIDS research that is going on in Africa through the WHO and the UN.
This had nothing to do with Africa.
So hold on, sir. That's the research that
Don't go to
we're
Africa.
talking about in Mozambique. Sir, where's Mozambique? You know?
It didn't go to Africa, though. That's not what I'm saying.
Oh my God. So, sir, that's the first part of misinformation. There's countries all over the world that participate and fund this.
As much as we do.
On your budget for Donald Trump, did you not see the budget released by the House yesterday?
By the House yesterday, if it was released yesterday, no.
Real American News, and what I'm hoping you get, because I want you to live up to your name, is we want you to be as informed as you can be when you're going out here talking to folks. That's why it's important
that I come on here. That's why I come on here, for your audience that hears this on a day-to-day basis, because every time that somebody makes a point, you bring somebody up or you kick them because you're losing and you know you need to. And that's
there's no one losing here but you, sir. There's nobody losing here but the American people. Okay? This is because of misinformation. People like you continue to put out there and spew. One that you just did a second ago. The second one about the budget, because you're setting up here and you're talking about the budget and how he wants to cut it and put it to, you said the debt, correct?
Yeah, he wants to pay off our national debt.
But sir, I want you to explain. I want you to explain why the Republican budget has $1 trillion in cuts, but $4 trillion of additional spending.
Are you talking about the tax plan that?
Correct, sir. It's in the budget. It's even the cost of what it's going to cost is in the budget. $4 trillion. We've told you, and I've told people that have been in this live and other lives. These cuts are not about trying to fix our debt. These cuts are about trying to find $4 trillion to give tax cuts to the wealthy yet again.
And
so people like you that want to sit up here and stump for billionaires.
No taxes on overtime. We're going to ignore no taxes on
taxes on overtime. Sir, I didn't see that in the bill.
Are we gonna ignore that?
I didn't see that in the bill. I heard the promise. I didn't see it in the bill.
It's literally going to be once the 2017 tax plan expires.
That's not in the budget, and it's not in that tax plan.
It is.
No, it's not, sir.
So Real American News.
So you're saying in the House right now they already passed the new 2025
tax plan?
No,
they have proposed.
So stop lying.
They have proposed the budget.
It has not been
with
approved.
the tax plan attached, which is going to cost the American people an additional $4 trillion. You are not
everybody knows that you can add into proposals, right? You can add into proposals before they're finalized, right?
But Real American News. Real American News, honestly. You don't have any kind of concern about what Val is bringing up. The national debt is still going to go up under this situation because there's just not enough coming in. All right. And the cuts are going to basically wipe out a lot of revenue.
The cuts are not going to wipe out revenue.
Then why do they cost $4 trillion?
You explain why the last time in
why
2017...
Why does the tax plan that was that has been put
proposed
in the
Real
budget?
American News. Come on now. You got an audience. You have an audience. Make sure you take accountability, and you all can't be crashing out when we're pressing the issue.
You can't repeat your question 4 times, though. I'm not a child.
Okay,
so tell
then.
your guest to watch his mouth and just repeat your question.
Watch my mouth, then answer the question.
Okay, then yeah.
Then don't repeat your question right after
Will you
answer it?
Could you answer the question? What I'm really doing this show for.
2017, whenever these tax plans were first implemented, how did the jobs go up and unemployment go down?
Jobs didn't go up, sir.
Yes, they did. You're a liar.
You're wrong.
You're a liar.
You're wrong. Sir,
No,
under
you're
the
right.
current,
It
under the
brought
tax
jobs.
plan,
Jobs were up through the roof,
previous
dude.
tax plan before
If you
the
couldn't get a job,
Can he
under
answer?
Donald
Can he
Trump,
answer your question? You brought up a good point.
Yeah, under the previous tax plan before the TCJA, we were actually growing at a higher rate of jobs. When the TCJA passed, we actually grew at a lesser rate of jobs.
Oh, the growth rate.
And I don't know what you're talking about. This is simple. This is this is old news.
This is very simple. You guys all say the same exact thing. Trump
No,
didn't
sir.
have a
It's
good economy. It
it's
was a
numbers,
rollover.
sir. Sir, it's actual numbers. You
I'm
can go
speaking
and
now.
look.
Donald Trump, it was a rollover from Obama's economy, right? That's what you're going to say next?
A roll?
72 straight months of job growth under Obama, correct?
Okay, so let me ask you
72
this then.
straight months of job growth.
Great. I'm glad you said that.
Now
Wonderful.
his last
now let me
hold
make
on,
my
hold on,
point.
sir. Hold
While
on, sir.
you
In
say
his
that
last
for
3
your
years,
audience,
hold
I
on,
want them to
who
I want them to
created
Hold on, one at a time. One at a time. We got to
I want them to
now I
clearly
get to ask
You're going to
the
get your
question.
time, real.
Now I get to ask the question.
8 years
Who
of straight
created
job
more jobs? Obama in his last 3 years or Trump in his first 3?
And who
Who
deported
created
more
more
people?
jobs, sir?
Who deported more people? So our economy
Sir,
should
you're
be
trying
fine,
to
right?
spin out immigration now when I asked you a very simple question about jobs numbers?
Our economy should be fine then, right? Because jobs were growing and he was
Sir,
deporting more
there
people.
might have been an event in 2020. I don't know. Just saying.
Real American News. Honestly, when you get in here and you have the title Real American News, there's a certain standard that I'm expecting, right? And I believe if Val's coming up here and because he's more knowledgeable when it comes to the economy and things like that, and I would have no, but and I'm not minimizing your knowledge as well. Don't you think that we should be able to have these conversations in a very informed and educational way, considering that you both have different ways of looking at this? I mean, why is that? Why is that so difficult? And then the second part of the question is, okay, you asked me to apologize if I'm wrong. Don't you think you should perhaps be able to do the same thing if we bring information that might, not align with what you believed originally, right? I mean, it should work that way with Real American News.
So to answer both of your questions, the answer would be yes, but every single time I come on your platform or a guest comes up on your platform, everything that I say positive about this administration is a lie, and everything negative about this administration is all you believe. So that it's hard to have a normal debate with somebody who truly just hates Donald Trump.
No, sir.
What's
What's hard to have a debate with? What's hard to have a debate with is people that won't actually go look at real numbers and real reports that actually tell us what the numbers were. What did these bills actually cost the American people? And
how did I know
get
exactly
anything?
what
Hold
they
on, sir. And did we get anything for that money? Okay. When you talk about the TCJA, that was supposed to create tax cuts for the middle class and only did it for like 2 years and then started raising taxes on the middle class and ended up costing the American people almost $4 trillion over the course of time that it's ran. And the job numbers actually went down from the previous tax plan that wasn't costing us any more money. Sir, real numbers matter. Math is a thing. And the problem I have with people like you is you want to spin math into what y'all like to refer to as alternative facts. Sir, I got word news for you. An alternative fact is a lie.
No, I agree with you. That's why I'm here. Because I see that happen on here all the time, is that alternative facts are spewed into facts. And that's just what I'm here for. That's exactly why I built this page. So thank you for clarifying that there's multiple ways to lie on this platform. Now, what I'm saying is that you can make the cuts to make that bill almost nullified, and the spending would be less than the previous administration if you're making
the budget. I agree with you. You could make cuts that would actually nullify that. But the problem is the budget that the House of Representatives, which is controlled by the Republicans, that they put out yesterday.
That's a proposal. I just looked it up.
Yes, it is. It's a proposal. You're correct. But that budget adds $4 trillion more spending.
We knew that when
wait a
we
minute.
hired him.
I got a question. I got a question now. Do you accept that, Real American News, that it adds $4 trillion? Do you accept that? That's the proposed budget.
I knew exactly what Val said right when he said $4 trillion. I said,
do you accept that? Is that true in your world though?
Does the tax plan, does that bill cost $4
Does
trillion?
the proposed budget include $4 trillion of additional debt?
Not additional. No, it cost $4 trillion. It doesn't include a $4 trillion additional on top of the $4 trillion that he spent last time from it. It's the same fucking tax plan.
No, sir, it does.
Come on, don't curse.
$4 trillion.
Sorry.
It does add an additional $4 trillion.
So that's the issue. Then that's the issue.
$8 trillion. Val, you're saying this bill cost $8 trillion, more than the COVID bill did. That's what you're saying?
Correct.
Please prove that.
Correct, sir.
Please
It cost
tell me exactly
the
where to
original
find
TCJA cost the American people and added to our debt almost $4 trillion.
Exactly, not an additional.
The new proposed plan,
additional.
sir. The new proposed plan by the Congressional Budget Office will do the same thing over the course of its time.
Okay, so it's not an additional $4 trillion on top of $4 trillion. So stop lying.
That is an additional $4 trillion on top of $4 trillion, sir.
I just asked you a simple question. I said, "Is it 8 trillion?" You said yes. 8 trillion. This bill. This one.
It says it would increase the debt ceiling by $4 trillion.
By $4 trillion.
So
okay. So if we cut the debt by $4 trillion, if we cut $4 trillion, what does it matter?
And where are you going to find $4 trillion to cut, sir?
Dude, do you not understand what you're saying? Whatever cuts you're doing, you're still going to end up with a $4 trillion debt increase. So we're not saying there's not cuts, but what we're saying is even with those cuts, the debt ceiling is still going to have to be increased. Do you follow this? So
I'm hearing what you're saying, but you're not acknowledging that the cuts are going to take away. So if you have
Marissa,
if you have $4 trillion in debt, and then you start taking things away from other programs, and you start adding in that, what happens to the numbers?
But so real American news. Real American news. Let's be honest. We're in a situation where we're talking about we need to cut down the national debt, and the party you support with the billionaire Elon in the background sends out this proposal that actually goes in the opposite direction of what you've all been talking about by $4 trillion.
How much did Kamala's tax plan cost us?
Okay, so this is where we have to stop.
You vote for her?
This is over. This conversation. Whenever you start bringing up Joe Biden,
if he takes it down, so it's cost $4 trillion. If we even cut $2 trillion, it would cost us less than Kamala's.
Remember that,
sir? We weren't talking about Kamala Harris.
Real news. Hold on.
But that's who you
remember
voted for.
That simple math thing. Real news. If
this was the only logical
sir, hold on. If you actually raise taxes on corporations and the wealthy, you can pay for your tax plan.
I tried.
Hey, guess what? Whenever you do that, those companies leave and they go to other countries.
Sir, history says you're wrong.
Real American.
You're wrong, dude. They do it all the time. They lie. They go to a different country. Why would they stay here?
Hello,
sir.
Why
would they stay here if they could pay less?
Hello, sir. Are you there? I'm just...
Real quick, Zeus. I've got to drop. I've got a meeting.
Okay, all right. Thank you. What do you want? One last word, Val? You said you wanted to just say something.
Look, I can't fix people that don't understand simple math. This is historically everything he's saying untrue. You can look at the difference between the 1940s and how taxes were done to the 1980s, and you can see the difference and the drop in the middle class from this trickle down or supply side economics, whatever you want to call it. You can see the difference of how it shrunk the middle class over the last 40 years. And you can see the damage that it's also done to our debt in the exact same time. Because if you don't have the wealthy paying their fair share, when they control almost 90% of U.S. dollars, you are not going to ever address the debt. That's plain and simple. It's simple math. It's simple economics.
I know. Rich guys are bad guys. They need to pay for your kids' education and healthcare. We get it.
All right. Well, listen, Val, I appreciate that. Val in the chat. All right. Real American news. You know what? I got to give it to you. You're weathering the storm as much as possible, but you kind of have to give it up and say, all right, we're going in the wrong direction if you bring me a budget that has $4 trillion debt increase. You know that, right?
I don't know that because, again, you're not understanding that if he takes away even half of that, it's going to be it's going to cost us less than the opposing plan. So again, there is only two options on that ballot. There's only two real options, and Donald Trump was the only logical option for the American people. That's exactly why he's back in office. We knew his tax plan was to re-implement his 2017 tax plan. That's exactly what he's doing. We knew what it cost last time. We've seen it.
Okay.
We applied it, and we did it again.
There you go. All right. I brought another guest up. Hopefully she can at least help get the point across, because we gotta really fix this issue that I see happening. All right. It's not that you're not telling us what you believe, but you just gotta understand that what you believe needs to be revisited. Hi, Mishi. Good morning. How are you doing? I can see you're so thrilled. Mishi in the chat.
Yeah, I mean, the original tax plan is going to cost our grandchildren. Okay, that's really exciting to benefit the wealthy. So all this money that he's pulling out of these programs that are meant to help average Americans, right? That are meant to help average Americans or people suffering abroad. Correct? Is the money going to come back to the average American, or is it going to the wealthy?
I would love it to come back to the average American, but I think it's going to go towards the national debt and inflation, unfortunately. It's not going to go to anybody specifically. It's not going to go into Elon Musk's pockets. He doesn't care about you guys' 650 credit score. He's not taking your Social Security.
Wait. We just asked the question. Come on now.
Ask a simple question. Now listen, I might be part of a program that's going to cut needless spending to give back to the average American and the impoverished. I would be okay with that. But that is not what is happening. They need to raise money for the additional tax breaks they're going to give people like me. I don't need the tax cuts, buddy. I don't. I have a nice life. But if Trump and you guys want to give me more money, that's really kind of you. Okay?
Yeah,
but
great.
That's what's happening. It's not
so you're
going
happier
back.
under Trump.
No, I'm not. I'm actually the opposite of that. I'm actually the opposite of that, sir.
She's telling you she has no reason to come up here and say that. You get this Real American News? Come on now.
Okay, so I agree with you. I think that people should strive to do better and get into that tax bracket with you.
Wow. You just think that anybody can do that?
I think that if anybody puts their mind to it and they're capable and they're not handicapped and there's no reasoning behind it, yeah, they're very capable of doing that in this country.
When the average
all you have to do is open up a business and try.
Half of America reads below a 6th grade level. Are you kidding me?
That has nothing to do with labor.
Yes, it does. It has nothing to do with labor. You cannot have an education gap like that where the vast majority of Americans, over 50%, read at a 6th grade level or less.
I have 16 guys on my job site right now that literally.
Okay. I've been waiting for you. I got you.
Even learned any kind of things in America. Their education is very low, but guess what? They are the hardest workers out here, and they get paid very well.
About hard work, you said that everybody can get to a $400,000 tax bracket or above. That
you
is
could
not,
if you started your own business and applied yourself.
Real American.
You can't.
Do you make over $400,000 a year? Is that what you're suggesting?
I'm not going to sit here and discuss my salary. It doesn't matter.
I didn't ask you dollar for dollar. I'm just concerned. Are you one of those?
I'm not concerned about the tax bracket.
Well, can you answer this question? Are you one of those ones?
Am I one of those ones that don't? That what?
That are just over 400.
He doesn't care.
Yeah,
he doesn't care.
It doesn't matter.
He doesn't care that SNAP benefits are going to be taken away from children. You don't care about that.
I grew up literally in a 1-bedroom house. My parents sleeping on a couch with like roaches in it. I came in the I grew up in the ghetto and I brought myself out of it.
Too,
I don't feel sorry for people. I don't feel sorry for people.
My dad was in the middle. You don't feel sorry for the tens of thousands of federal workers who make an average of $60,000 a year losing their jobs.
This is why I say it's a spirit of wickedness. It's a spirit of wickedness that's plaguing this country. I just can't believe a person that came from your background, and you said you grew up sleeping with the roaches. You grew up and you understand
in South Florida. Yeah, I did.
And you made it according to the way the way that you say you made it out of that, and now you look back at those people which you used to be with your nose turned up. And
no,
this
I
is
don't. I say do better.
You said I don't care. You said you do not care.
I don't care about sending money. Okay, let me clarify the air.
You don't care about people on the planet suffering.
Okay? I'm not heartless. What I'm going to say is I don't care about any program outside of this country until this national debt is over with. I don't care if it has nothing to do with an American.
Why raise the debt ceiling? Why do we need to raise the debt ceiling? Please tell me.
You have to raise the debt ceiling every time a tax plan is passed almost.
But he's cutting $2 trillion. So why does he need to raise it?
His tax plan cost $4 trillion. We all knew that.
And his tax cut helped who the most?
It helped corporations, of course, but that's why so many jobs were created.
Okay, we talked earlier about crime rates, okay, and wanting to bring down crime in this country, which, by the way, crime has come down in sanctuary cities specifically. So it's not the migrants who are bringing the crime in. But do you believe that crime is related to wealth gap, sir?
No, I don't.
Well, it is.
No, I think that people in the ghetto break the law far more often than people in suburban neighborhoods. I have been in. Yes, I just told you I grew up in the ghetto. I'm not kidding.
So let me ask you a question. Since you want to go that route, since you want to go there,
I lived in the trailer park as a kid. I got you. But listen, when the rich get richer and the poor,
I didn't say a trailer park. I said the ghetto. I'm talking about.
I live in a trailer park. So the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. You think that's good for America?
The rich get rich and the poor get poor. The poor are not getting poorer.
Yes, they are.
No, they're not. Wages are going up no matter what way you look at it.
Cost of living, not equal to the cost of living, sir.
You're right.
So inflation is not a thing.
The cost of living went up insanely, and Joe Biden did nothing to bring it down. We have to fix that. You're right.
That's actually wrong. Biden did a lot.
Why was it brought down then? What was the inflation rate at the end of Biden's presidency?
This is just.
You're going to give me a COVID inflationary rate, and then you're going to tell me what the inflation was when he left.
Sir.
What was his rate when he left office?
I believe it was some like 3.4 or something. I couldn't
take
tell
a whole one down from that. It was in the twos. Okay, we can argue what it was, but
it was not in the twos. I know that for a fact because Donald Trump had the lowest inflation out of the two.
Oh my God! You can look this up. This is to call yourself
before COVID.
Where'd you get that information, if you don't mind?
Before COVID, Donald Trump had lower inflation.
2.4. You can look it up. You can actually pause yourself right now and look at the inflation rate. You can go look that up, dude. Thank you.
And it's real America. Oh, sorry, Mishi. Please continue. He's actually doing homework.
It's to call yourself Real American News and then come in here with such a lack. And I'm a basic girl. I don't have the understanding that Val has.
Yeah.
This is just embarrassing.
Yeah.
And he all the same to me is he just cares about his own wallet. And he doesn't care if little children are starving to death over in Africa. He doesn't care that the United States, one of the most developed country, has the highest rate of childhood poverty.
Exactly.
We do. And what Donald Trump is doing is going to put more children into poverty with less services to help them. And this guy says, you know what, single mom of 3, you can make $500,000. Just figure it out. Pull yourself up by the bootstraps. But we're not going to do anything to help you.
What a sad thing, right? And it's that mentality. That's why I say this is why we're in a very nasty situation as a country. He said he's not selfish. Do you think he's selfish, Mishi?
He's 100%. I used to be him. I get it.
Yeah.
I used to only vote with my own wallet in mind. I did. I was him. That's why I voted Republican.
January 2019, Donald Trump's inflation was 1.6.
Okay, I didn't ask that. I asked what Biden's was at the end of his term.
Right, so it was higher than Donald Trump's before COVID.
That's not what I had, and that's not what I was saying. What was it when Biden took over, and what was it when Biden left? Is what I was trying to get to you. So did Biden bring down inflation dramatically? Val wants to come back up. Did Biden bring down inflation dramatically? Yes, he did. I'll answer for you.
There you go. We're going to get to the bottom of this, all right?
Real American.
After COVID, of course, it went down.
Okay, but why did it go
anybody
down?
That runs, because we have a normal country and it was running itself practically, so it naturally went down. He did
It's
nothing to
running
bring
its
it down.
course. So it had nothing to do with anything that Joe Biden did.
What did he do? What was a
The
policy he
Inflation
signed
Reduction-
into place?
The Inflation
Inflation
Reduction
Reduction
Act.
Act.
Okay, what did that do exactly?
Chips and Science Act brought jobs.
I'm asking you, what did the Inflation Reduction Act do? What did it do
Why did we drill the
for
most
everyday
amount of oil?
Americans?
Why did we drill the most amount of oil in history?
Because he continued Donald Trump's policies. He did not discontinue them. He continued drilling just like Donald Trump was.
Okay, so it is for you. It's Trump good, Biden bad. Okay.
No,
so
I can tell you two things right now, just so we can clear
why
the
is
air.
inflation going up right now?
I can tell you two things I
Why is
disliked
inflation
about
going
Donald
up?
Trump.
Why is inflation going up right now?
Inflation going up right now. He's not even been in office for 30 days.
Why is it going up?
They're literally fixing, like
Why
literally.
is it going up?
It's going up because inflation goes up and down. It's going to go down if you'd let me answer you, though.
Okay, go ahead. Explain.
What do you think inflation should be? This is key because you just said something that's very important a minute ago.
I don't think that inflation should be zero. I already know inflation shouldn't be zero. It's some inflation is good. I get it.
Under 3.
No. What is it? What's the sweet spot for inflation?
I would say right around
growth in the U.S. economy.
like
What's the
2%.
sweet spot?
I would say around 2%.
It's between 2 and 3% is the sweet spot for inflation. Now, you just said Donald Trump's inflation when he left office was 1.6%. Okay, sir, do you understand what economists call a 1.6% inflation?
I said in January of 2019 it got down and then it went back to 2.1.
That's even better. I'm glad you used that particular date. I'm glad you used that particular date, sir. What do economists call a 1.6% inflation rate?
That January, that month, they probably did not.
You're not
like
answering the question or listening. What do economists call it?
Why can't you just say what it is, dude? It's okay. It's okay that Trump was president and they called it that. It's okay. You're going to be okay.
And listen, I'm not your child, first of all.
Real American, come on, you got us up here and you're spinning people around.
Yeah, there's three. You got 3 people up here because you can't talk to me on yourself, Zeus.
Be
you know
honest,
that.
then. Be honest. What's it called?
It's a bad thing. Okay, I get that inflation.
Why does it hurt you to say it? You cult member.
I literally just said it is bad for inflation to be under 2%.
The answer is a recession.
It's called a bad thing. Sorry, he can't say the word recession.
Listen up, real American
We went in a
news.
recession for 1 month. I said that it went down to 1.6 in January and bumped back up in February to 2.3, which is a perfect rate. It went down that low for one singular month.
So what I'm hearing is we had a little bit of a recession while Trump was in office. That's what I'm hearing from you.
No.
Then why'd you bring that point up? If you should have just went to the 2.3.
I said it got low. It got that low. That was my point.
And we all agreeing it's a bad thing if it gets that low. You brought this point up.
I think that 1.6 is not a recession to me. 2 points. I get 2.0.
Why is inflation going up? Why is inflation going up right now?
Yeah.
Because of they're literally trying to get rid of all these policies that cause inflation
Biden
to go
inflation, right?
And again, if I could answer, on day one, Donald Trump implemented everybody to take a look at the price of housing, the cost of inflation, the inflation, the cost of living, everything across the board.
So you want Donald Trump to fix? Hold on, I want to go to housing.
I want to answer the question.
Broke. He want Donald
and
Trump
he told his advisors.
You want Donald Trump to fix what he broke.
Val, shut up real quick.
Okay, wait a second. Real American News.
I had to mute him.
You tell me what Donald Trump did while he was in office.
I had to mute him, Val. Yeah, we don't talk to each other like that.
Donald Trump had 4 years in office. Please tell me what he did to help the economy.
I believe that the tax plans did help the economy.
How?
For one.
How?
Because I seen it. Everybody was living it. Whether you guys like it or not, your lives were better
That's
for
not.
3
That's
years.
not a direct. That's not. What
Jobs were. We were hiring more. We were fucking.
No.
I'm sorry, I cussed. We were hiring more. We were doing more.
No, we
we
weren't.
brought in more revenue those 3 years than we did under Biden. I don't know what you're looking at, but I own companies and I have years of reports that show
about you. Stop making things about you. Please
Okay,
tell me what Donald Trump did to help the economy and the average American person. What did he do? What policy?
Do you understand that I hire normal people,
I
right?
don't care about you. I'm talking about
I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about the 16 people on my job site that go home to their
the
families.
16 people. That's anecdotal. What did he do?
You know what?
If I can hire more, then I
real
literally,
American.
if I get paid more, I hire more. If I get more jobs because the economy's
So
doing
you
better,
think jobs is what you think shows how well the economy is doing? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying that if we're doing well, then yeah,
Okay,
usually
so
construction goes up.
jobs is your metric.
I'm telling you that's everyday real
Jobs your
Americans.
Is
That's what they
jobs your
feel. That's what they go to home
so
to.
jobs is your
That's
metric.
why
So-
Joe Biden
Hold
lost
on.
miserably. That's
So
why Kamala
jobs-
lost
okay,
miserably.
why can't you just
I gotta
answer
mute him.
yes or no? I
I
don't
gotta
know why
mute
you
him.
can't answer yes or no.
Because
Is jobs your
he
metric?
knows he's lying, and this is the issue. You get up here and you do the whole my business is booming all of a sudden that Trump is in office, right? This is what they say, but then we say, well, why hasn't the prices of groceries come down? And they go, oh, well, he's only been in there 3 weeks. So
I never said business is booming since Donald Trump got in office 30 days, less than 30 days ago.
Hold on.
Is jobs your metric?
Yes or no?
Yes or no?
I just said that, not just jobs. You won't let me get past a singular sentence.
Because we don't need to hear you monologue. We need to answer
I'm not
yes or
monologuing.
no.
I'm telling you, jobs,
Okay, thank you.
groceries, jobs, groceries,
Okay.
wages, things that people really feel, not these things that you guys think people care about,
Great.
like all these little stupid social programs. Nobody gives a shit about.
That's so cute. We care about jobs and growth.
Got one more of those, and then we're going to start dropping people like flies.
Del, can you explain how much better Biden did with jobs?
Yeah, it's not even comparable.
Bounce back jobs from COVID.
Yeah, it's not even comparable,
Yeah.
sir.
No,
I
without
mean,
that.
Yeah, let's talk about the bounce back.
Hold on. She asked Val. She asked Val, and
over
then I'll hear from you.
beyond the bounce back jobs, sir, which happened
Mhm.
mostly under. So most of the bounce back jobs happened before Trump left office. Okay, and what Biden did, yes, he did complete the back. You know what I'm saying? The rest of the bounce back jobs, but over and above that, sir, he created, I think the number's 8 million jobs. Okay. So over and above where we were in 2019.
What jobs?
Sir,
A lot of them were in manufacturing. You know that.
Most of them were in manufacturing because of the CHIPS Act. Also because of the infrastructure bill, sir. The infrastructure bill created millions of jobs across
How
this
did that do for California?
Stop it. You can't sit here and then we give you the information and then start throwing out all this other stuff. The point is Biden was better. Biden was better. Biden was better when you're talking jobs. All right, so W Joe Biden, and you know that. I'm sitting here trying to be right down the middle.
You guys are talking about government contracts that aren't finished. Government contracts that are unfinished.
Real American. Look how easy that is. We can actually point to bills and policies under Joe Biden that increase jobs, right? Infrastructure, CHIPS and Science Act, etc. Now you tell me what Donald Trump did, what policy that benefited the economy.
This is a softball to you. If you get this wrong, bro, if you get this wrong, I'm not going to be happy. Now give us it.
I'm telling you guys the same answer I've told you before. You don't believe that the tax plan helped create jobs. Normal people do.
Not normal people.
77 million people. I'm sorry, half the country.
Well, that is
country. That's 31%.
Okay, half of the voters.
Buffoon, 31%. Okay, about the same amount that voted for another guy. Okay, and I already told you, 54% of Americans can't read past the 6th grade level. Let me ask you a question. If just educated people voted, that's people with a 2-year degree or higher, who would have won?
So you admit that it's rich white people that
No. Again. This is
actually no. Actually, that's not
like
what
Malcolm
I said.
X said.
That's not what I said.
All right, he's crashing out. He's crashing out, Mishi and Val. He's crashing out. All right, so we got him talking about Democrats. He's talking about Democrats. He's talking about Malcolm X, Martin Luther King. He's going to go all the way back to Harriet Tubman, perhaps. This is what they do when they don't have any information. All right.
You gotta be scared of the white liberal, right?
Well, whatever you believe. All right, now judgment time has came. All right, because I gotta move it on. I got things to do. You know, some of us don't make it like
Yeah,
you.
I know you couldn't handle it yourself. You brought up your friends. I get it. Till next time, brother.
Well, fair enough, ladies and gentlemen. This is real fake American news. I'll call them that, or maybe we should call them real.
Hey, give me a follow if you guys support Donald Trump in the chat. Thank you.
That's real Russian news. Yeah, make sure you follow him, Mag. I'm going to let him be right there, all right? Because
live debates at night. If you guys want to,
hey, why don't you turn your camera on? Turn your camera on so they can see the demon real quick, if you don't mind. You stuck it out for a long enough time, so I want all of the Trump supporters to follow this demon right here before I send them straight to hell. You're going to turn your camera on because you've been doing this for how many years? And this.
I had this page for 2 weeks, guys. 2 weeks, and I'm gonna have more followers.
Ladies and gentlemen, okay, MAGA.
Real American. My main account has 200,000 followers, dude. But
but he's got 16 employees.
How long ago did you start it? I started mine 2 weeks ago. 1 year? Yeah, do the math. If I get the same amount of followers in the last 2 weeks, I'll pass you.
Good job, Real American News. Unfortunately, you're possessed with the MAGA demon, and you've told enough lies for the day. Thank you. But no thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get him out of here.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
Okay, I just have to because I have to.
Mm-hmm.
He has 1,600 followers, right?
Right.
Yes.
Okay, and he said he got those in the last 2 weeks.
Correct.
Which is 800 followers a week on average. Right? Which is about, what, quick math, 3,200 a month?
Yeah.
Okay, 3,200.
He's on his way.
3,200 times a quick 10 is going to get him what?
32,000.
32,000, okay? So nice try, buddy. Nice try.
Nice try. All right, he's not going viral. I looked at his page. He's not going viral.
I know, but like the math ain't mathin'.
Yeah.
I mean,
Math's a struggle.
Thank you. Thank you.
Math's a struggle.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. All right. Well,
thanks for having me, Zeus.
you're welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Mishi and Val. Again, W. Mishi and Val in the chat. No lies detected. Thank you. Thank you. I couldn't do it without all of you. They don't. And you know, he said something about the way that I run my special broadcast every morning, where we're trying to get the truth out here. All right. He said something along the lines of, Zeus, you can't handle, and that's why you bring up those folks. And I say, you know what? Maybe you didn't hear me at the top of the show, but I'll repeat it again. All right.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
There you go. And so, yeah, we're not going to let you get away with lying over here, all right? And there's a lot of experts around listening to this show. And it doesn't matter what side you're on. If you're going to get up here and you're going to start quoting stuff, we want to know where you got it from. And then we're going to push back on it. And we're going to push back harder than we've ever pushed back, ladies and gentlemen. Trust me when I tell you this, all right? Let me bring up my next panelist. All right. Good morning, Kabira. Nice to see you. Welcome to the show. Welcome, welcome. How are you doing?
All right. How you doing, Zeus?
I'm all right. Just another day in the kingdom. Obviously, we have a lot of liars out here still doing what they're doing.
Well, you know, Zeus, as I said the other day, this is why the fairness doctrine has done a disservice to Americans. This guy right here, he proved my point.
Talk to him.
You know, when the media, like I said, the fairness doctrine, it allowed a different point of view of a fact. Do you understand? A different point of view of a fact.
And that's what we have. Yeah.
Exactly. See, truth is truth.
Yep.
You cannot change the truth, but that fairness doctrine, and this is where it has brought us 40 years later, and this is the reason why MAGA has run amok.
Thank you.
And
they're making it up.
Exactly. And what amazed me is, you know, if you were to ask the average MAGA, why did we get into WW2? And they will say because Japan did what they did to Hawaii.
I remember.
Well, Right, but if you look at it in principle, America back then believed in isolationism. See,
Yep,
and so
America first stuff.
right. They believed in isolationism, which is what caused that, and they don't understand history. Like you bring up all the time a 1929 style depression. So
Yeah,
if they don't understand history,
yep,
and cause and effect,
thank you.
And things that have happened that brought us to the point where we are today, it's like I couldn't understand why he couldn't comprehend the tax cuts for the billionaires, how it will add the deficit.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
It'll dig us further in a hole. The way to get out of the hole is not to have these tax cuts. Some people may hoot and holler, oh no, we can't raise the tax on the wealthy.
Right.
Forget that. Well, it's not my fault if they're poor.
Tell them.
That's that. That, and I hate to toot my own horn, as you
Go
know,
ahead.
I'm an older woman. However, I was fortunate enough that both of my mother was a dentist and my father was a urologist.
Oh.
He passed away. They stayed together until he passed away.
Look at that. That's real love. That's real love right there. North Stand, are you a Trump supporter? Go for it.
For 47 years, they stayed together, right? And
Yeah.
so I was brought up in, as you could say, quote, privilege, but our parents did not instill in my brother and I privilege.
Right.
You understand?
Yes.
Always think of other people. There are people that are worse off than you. And as I used to say to myself, to my friends, that's not my money. I was lucky if I got $5 a week allowance.
Yeah,
make it last. Use that for your bus ticket. My father wouldn't even buy my brother and I a car. I didn't get my first car until I went off to college.
Wow. So it kept you humble. They kept you nice and humble, and they kept you grounded in reality. You weren't out here thinking you were, like that previous guest.
Exactly.
He despises people that he thinks are not doing so good, right? That's
exactly. Whereas a friend of ours, his father bought him a BMW. He crashed it in 1 week. He bought him another one. So he didn't understand the value of a dollar or how to appreciate. You understand what I'm saying?
Amen.
And I think that's where a lot of MAGA people, I really don't know what these people think. And half of them are dirt Joe dirt poor.
Yeah.
And they're rooting for the rich man. And what they don't realize is the rich man doesn't care about you.
Not at all.
Do you understand?
Absolutely. Not at all.
So that both of them, my God, they were lost in the sauce. And
well, we're gonna get them straightened out, though. All right, we're gonna get them straightened out.
We gotta straighten them out, Zeus. We gotta. Right. Oh, and one more thing, Zeus.
Yes, ma'am.
You are definitely humble.
Really.
And
thank you.
For you folks in the audience, I'm not going to put it all out there, Zeus. You guys sit back and say, well, what do you do, Zeus, all day? You just sit on TikTok. Zeus is an educated man. Trust what I tell you. He's smarter than I'll say he's smarter than me.
That's mighty kind of you.
No, I'm serious. When you told me, what I told you and you told me, I'm pretty sure if you go back through your DMs, this man is smart, folks. So don't sit back and think that he has and if he does have a contract with Nike, so what?
Hey, man, let's go. Let's do it. There's a bunch of haters. They don't know any better. They don't know any better, and they fear what they don't understand. So that's what they do. They start trying to demonize people because they don't understand them. But it doesn't bother me. It's nothing. Actually, I take it as a great badge of courage.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, Zeus could probably run SpaceX with his skills.
Yeah.
So
tell them, Kabir. They know it.
Yeah, he's a very humble man. I would have spilt the beans on who I am and what I am.
Yeah.
But I'm not you. So, brother,
I
appreciate keep on pushing on.
All right, I will, and I shall. Ladies and gentlemen, W. Kabir in the chat. No lies detected. And no lies detected, all right? Thank you. All right, we're going to try to do some lightning truth rounds, ladies and gentlemen, because I know there's some people that need to get up here and get it out, all right? Because we don't always get to get it out. Oh, my goodness. I got to bring up my good friend, Shay. Welcome, Shay.
Hey, how are you?
I'm all right. How are you doing? How are you doing?
Doing really good. So I'm just curious, MAGA, are you excited and happy about the guy that's supposed to be, going through and finding all the fraud from our government and cutting all these programs, right?
Yeah.
Which we've already determined it was to fund the $4 trillion tax bill, right?
Wow.
For the wealthy, right? Do you know that Elon Musk receives $8 million a day from federal contracts? $8 million a day, which means while he's been investigating crime, he has pocketed over $40 million from our government. Are you okay with this guy supposedly finding money and cutting programs, federal dollars, but he is getting $8 million a day?
They don't have any. You never hear him say a thing about that, Shay.
Right.
They're so busy. Part. They're so busy trying to take money away from someone's grandmother who's only getting $65 or so a day.
That's right. It's $65 a day versus $8 million a day to a man that has $400 billion. You don't see this at all, DJ and all of you and the Real American News. You guys don't see this at all? Seriously?
DJ, honestly, brother, it's time to stop it. Don't pee on our legs and tell us it's raining outside, DJ.
That's what I don't get. I don't know how y'all. We understand that things need to be audited. We get it should be audited. We applaud that. But there is a way to audit programs. There's a way to do it. The Congress is supposed to be doing this. So they've set up this fake Doge committee, which used to be the oversight committee, right? For the budgeting offices.
Yeah.
And they've all come out and said, there's nothing going on here. We're not being sent anything. Elon's not talking to us. We don't see anything. They're not asking us for anything. It's a complete scam. Even Republicans are saying this that are sitting on this committee. We're not just saying the Democrats. And I get so sick and tired when these people get up here and talk about you guys. You do realize the government is made up of Republicans and Democrats, right? Like, why do you think that everything is run by a Democrat? Have you ever asked yourself this?
If it wasn't
the craziest narratives that you're fed every day. And Pam Bondi got up and said supposedly she's filing criminal charges against Letitia James and Alvin Braggs. She's not. Maybe she doesn't understand a civil lawsuit versus criminal charges, and that kind of scares me that she's AG when she doesn't know the difference between criminal and civil. But you know what?
We got somebody, Shay.
Oh, yay.
We got somebody, and I just want
lied to you.
I just want to check with Polina.
Polonia, and I've watched your stupid shit before. You lying piece of trash.
Oh my God! Do you have an educated mouth at all?
Someone said, "MAGA, show us your one tooth" in the comments, and I guess this is who it is right here.
Turn the camera on. Let's see your one tooth.
Could you please come up on the camera, brother, or whatever you are? But you know what, Shay? Let's just leave him there. Continue to minister to him. I don't really need to hear him. I just wanted to sit there and take this.
It's really sad that you got to come up and cuss at us because you know I'm getting under your skin, Polonia. I'm getting under your skin, Polonia.
Keep him right where we had him.
This is what we're seeing. We're seeing MAGA meltdowns. Literally MAGA meltdowns.
He's on his way to work.
All over it. And there it is. When they get up here and they start cussing, they know we're hitting it. They know it. They don't like it because they know they voted for it. They know they're being fooled. They know it. That's why we're not getting them in the boxes. And when we do get them in the boxes, they're crashing out. Guys.
Yeah. Polonia, you showed us the one tooth and I didn't really like it. You have a nasty mouth. And I'm going to do judgment for you, Polonia, in just a second.
Am I missing the view right now?
Yeah.
I mean, did you think that was a gotcha? I am your view, sweetheart.
W. Shay. Shay, you must have woken him up and did something. You must have did a number on him because he was livid.
He didn't know about Elon Musk getting $8 million a day. He didn't know about that. See, that's the thing.
He wants to take it out on me. He wants to take it out on Zeus. I didn't take your money.
He didn't know that.
All I do, Polonia, is tell the truth on TikTok, and you're angry, bro. That's crazy to me. While Donald Trump is literally bending you over backwards and taking what he wants.
Oh yeah. You think this money is going to help you at all? You think this is going to better your life at all? You guys are going to find out. I tell you, we're going to be talking to you 6 months to a year.
Yeah.
And you were just going to be sitting here. How did I do this? Why are they getting rid of all the stopgaps? Why are they getting rid of all the government agencies?
Yeah.
So they don't have any guardrails.
I can't believe the guy came in the box Shay and said that stuff. That guy. Hey, you know what Trump thinks of you, Polonia?
You're either stupid or you hate the country.
Facts. I mean, we're just sitting here watching it, and we're sitting here going, "How are y'all not seeing this?" I mean, this is so ridiculous. We had a guy in, like, I was in Jones's live. This guy comes in, he goes, "We're getting revengeance."
Oh, they can't even spell the word and say it correctly. I mean, this is some wild stuff they are on. But you know what, Shay? We're going to keep on getting them where they need to be, because eventually I said that we're going to snap the will of MAGA. You ever seen a twig snap because you're putting too much pressure? That's what's going to happen when MAGA gets to this magical place Donald Trump is taking them. And it's going to have famine, widespread famine. It's going to have measles. It's going to have tuberculosis. And it's going to have no federal funding. Starvation. Yeah. When they get to that moment, there's going to be some that perish. But then there's going to be those that the will's going to go pow. And they're going, oh, I'm done with Donald Trump. And that's what we're waiting for. All right?
No, it's meltdowns all over the place.
Yeah, we're going to get them there. All right, Shay. Well, I'm going to move it on.
Let's all be little X, though. Can we all be little X Musk?
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh.
Can we tell Donald Trump that he needs to get out of the office?
Yeah.
And shush his mouth? Can we please? Let's all be little X Musk.
Well, and I want his supporters to lead that charge, the ones that voted for him. I want to hear them. I want to see videos of them calling their elected officials saying impeach him. That's what I need to see in order for me to actually start giving a darn. All right, Shay.
All right, love you, man.
WW Shay in the chat. No lies detected. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, this is a show of force. This bright and early. Good morning, Nutty. Hey.
I got a lot to say, and I know you're about to head on out of here. But the Real American News or whatever, he said that he's only had that account for 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. And Nishi called it out a little bit.
Yeah.
But I went and looked at his profile, and I saw videos posted from November.
Oh, so he's a liar.
So really, his math just do not math.
Nasty.
So going back, so there's a couple guests that I want to make mention of. I don't know their names, but you'll understand who I'm talking about. But one of them said that Elon Musk built things. And my response to that, sir, is the only thing that Elon Musk built is his wallet by billing the American citizens of this country.
Wow.
That's the only thing that he builds, because that's exactly what he's doing. He's stealing from you in order to enrich himself. Does this sound familiar? Robin Hood?
Oh, I remembered it.
Robin Hood in reverse.
Oh,
see how that works? See, and another thing, sir, Elon Musk doesn't build a daggum thing. Do you think he's building those rockets? Absolutely not. Do you think he's building those Tesla cars? Absolutely not.
Never seen them.
I guarantee you that he don't know anything about the building of those items.
Hey man, go ahead, W Nutty in the chat. Go ahead, rinse him off. Yeah. He's never been on the assembly line.
It's funny, Zeus. This is funny to me that no one had any issues with U.S. aid until Donald Trump said something and Elon Musk said something. No one had an issue with that. But I recall, Zeus, prior to the election, the reason they said they were voting for Donald Trump is because what about the kids? We have to protect the children. So do y'all really want to protect the children now? Because in that budget that Val was speaking of, that the Republicans released on yesterday, in that budget, they want to take away $800 billion from Medicaid.
Ooh, Ooh.
So the way that they're the language that they're using, Zeus, is that they want to cut $800 billion from the program.
Wow.
But guess what, Zeus? Guess
that?
how much Medicaid's entire budget is?
What is that?
The amount that they're cutting it.
Oh, that's the easiest thing to
this
take.
Is how stupid MAGA is. So they're framing it as we want to cut this amount from the program without telling them we're cutting the program.
Yeah. Wow.
And the very people that's sitting here simping for those bastards are the very people on Medicaid. You all are harming yourself. Here's another thing, Zeus. Let me get off that because I got a lot to say.
Yeah, get it.
So the other guest that you were talking to was talking about government efficiency. He wants the government to save money. So let's talk about this.
Yeah.
So Donald Trump has been using our military planes to deport people. He's using C-17s.
I talked about it.
So he asked you if you ever served. So let me educate you, sir. A C-17 at what Donald Trump is using, it would cost an average of, let's see, $252,000.
Wow.
Per trip. However, Zeus, he's not using C-17s.
Oh, what is he using?
He's using the C-130Es. Those are the really big body carriers. And
Cadillacs.
Do you know how much that's costing?
How much is that? How much is that costing us?
$816,000 to go from El Paso, Texas to Guatemala City, Guatemala.
Oh, no. Tell him, Nutty,
now,
get it.
Here's another thing, Zeus. If we were to do domestic flights from El Paso, Texas to Guatemala City, Guatemala, it would cost the taxpayers $8,577. So why aren't we, since we're going to deport them, why can't we save the money while doing so?
Yeah.
I would much rather pay $8,577 per trip instead of $816,000.
Wasteful spending. This is the fraud. This is the waste. This is the abuse.
This is government efficiency, though.
Yeah.
This is government efficiency. So my last point, because I got to save some of this other stuff because you got to get out of here.
You know it.
So earlier in your broadcast, someone talked about California, how horrible California needs to fall off into the ocean. Remember that statement? Yeah. So let's just say this, Zeus.
Go ahead, Nutty. You guys made him mad.
If California were to secede from the Union, from the United States and become its own country, here's a couple things that I listed. Okay.
Yeah.
The U.S. economy would collapse.
You think so?
Absolutely.
They need to see this in.
We already know that the federal government doesn't represent California's economic interests. We already know this. The balance of power would shift, tipping upwards a complete Republican control, almost ensuring that it would almost be impossible to elect another Democratic president. So this is what they want. This is why they hate California so much, because they know that California alone, by itself, with its electoral college votes, absolutely lends us the opportunity to put Democrats in the White House.
Hey, man, let's go.
Because of its electoral college. Right?
Thank you. Yep.
California has the world's 5th largest economy. Their economy is larger than that of the UK, the entire UK.
Woo!
So the stats that I'm going to use is from 2017. Full disclosure, this is from 2017.
Give it to them, Nutty. They need to hear this.
In 2017, California's economy grossed $2.7 trillion.
Woo! Now, they want to get rid of California. MAGA does.
I pose a question to you: if California were to secede from the Union, who would then pay for your red states? You know, like states like mine. I live in the state of misery. States like Tennessee.
Yeah.
States like Tejas.
Yeah.
Or Texas. Because Texas doesn't contribute. Texas takes as well. States like Florida. Who Who would then take care of Mississippi, Alabama, or Hickabama? Who would take care of these states if California were to succeed? My last point would be California would have an immigration problem on their hands because all of us in red states would be trying to immigrate to California.
I get it. You're right. Yeah, because they would be suffering. It's a famine coming to those red states. I'm sorry.
So I'm sick of stupidity.
Yep.
The reason why we sound angry is because we are.
Mm-hmm.
We are angry because we tried to warn you knuckleheads what the consequences was going to be of your action.
Amen. W Nutty, yeah. They're a bunch of knuckle draggers out here thinking they intelligent. You're not that intelligent.
In the black household,
yeah.
A lot of us black folks with black grandmamas, we heard these sayings growing up. You don't believe fat meat's greasy.
You don't.
You don't believe fat meat's greasy.
They don't.
So what that means is, why should you have to FAFO? Because we grew up hearing a hard head makes a what?
Soft. You know what?
Behind. And then we always got told warning comes before what?
Destruction.
I mean, we heard these things growing up as children because our parents, our grandparents was telling us, you better fix that behavior before I fix it for you.
With this, and you know what we're talking about. Go ahead, Nutty.
Yeah, I wish it was with that. Because let me tell you.
They are crying this morning. Yeah.
Because I had a hard head and my behind became soft. Lastly, Zeus.
Man, he got a lot of whoopings. I get it.
To the MAGA demon that said he had an associate's degree. And Lex, my brother, I'm surprised you didn't call this out. He said he had an associate's degree, but then he had a master's degree. So listen, Zeus, listen.
It's a degree. It's a degree. That's all.
Like Lex, I have a doctor's degree.
Oh, okay.
Like Lex, I have a doctor's degree, and I can show you my degrees. Yeah. However, you know what's funny, Lex? Zeus, you know what's funny?
Mm-hmm.
I could not obtain a doctor's degree without obtaining a master's degree.
That part.
I cannot obtain my master's degree without first obtaining my bachelor's degree.
There you go.
So how is it that you went from an associate's degree all the way over to a master's degree? Boy, you are lying. You are worse than the devil.
Woo! We think he's talking to a bunch of fools. Oh my gosh, get him, Nutty. We exposed all the liars. Thank you.
You want to talk about stolen valor? You're stolen education. Don't talk about it, be about it.
Amen.
We want you to go get yourself educated because a fool will only stay in his ignorance.
Ooh.
And you are a fool.
Oh, amen. Go ahead, Nutty. That's a rhyme for your behind.
Ignorance is a lack of knowledge. When you decide willfully to stay in your lack of knowledge, you are ignorant. Bama.
Oh.
You ain't even ignorant. You ignorant.
See, they get to do this is why I bring up my guests, because see, they can do what I can't do. I gotta be on the straight and narrow. I gotta get into heaven. But some of my friends, they don't mind, all right? And Nutty's one of them.
And guess what? I'm still gonna get to heaven. Because you know what? When God sees me, he's gonna say, well done, thy good and faithful servant. You schooled those MAGA demons. Just like I wanted you to. Because whoever said the truth didn't hurt, they were a lie. Because the truth hurts.
Woo! Hey! Woo!
The truth hurts.
Hey. All right. It is what it is. That's funny. All right. Ladies, listen, I got to get out of here, Nutty. I'm out of here, Zeus, but you sure have a strange and long way of landing that plane, Nutty. I see what you did.
Man. I'm sorry. It's been 2 days since I've been up in your live. I guess I got some more stuff that's in me that needs to come out. So I'm gonna land it right there.
Thank you, brother.
It's to be continued.
All right.
Next show.
Fair enough. Ladies and gentlemen, W Nutty in the chat. No lies detected. He even said he's going to heaven. Wow, that's crazy talk. All right, but hey, who are we, right? Who are we to judge? We don't know what's in Nutty's heart at the end of the day. All right, ladies and gentlemen, look at the time. I'm well past my scheduled time slot. All right, and I got to go back and get on the phone with Nike and tell them I need a little bit more. All right, and so with that being said, I want to give each and every single one of you a huge round of applause. for staying here today. You could have been anywhere else, but you chose to be here, where we have one of the most exciting, engaging, and entertaining shows on the platform, all right? But I also got to give one last round of booze and shame, and you know who this goes out to, all the Zeus haters out there. And they know exactly who they are. They know that right now this country is heading towards a 1929-style depression. You got Tulsi Gabbard, you got RFK, you got Kash Patel recently being inserted into our government. Please, to those who are still in government and you know these people are now in there, do not comply. Never surrender. Make them work to get whatever they're getting, all right? Because we know what they want to do with our classified documents and our classified information. They want to give it to, our adversaries, and we don't need to name who they are, right? But they get out here, his supporters, and they repeat the lies like they're a bunch of parrots. They know that, hey, Donald Trump is about to ruin this great country of ours, and they don't want to tell us, but we know it's that. Let's send them straight to hell. Let's send them straight to hell. All right.
Silence, you matter daily.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, take care. Stay safe out there in those TikTok streets. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do. Another great show, another one for the history books. Thank you. Thank you to all of you, seriously. Hey DJ, you've been exposed once again. All of you Trump supporters, trash bait. I saw you in my comment section lying. The only thing I want to know is how good is your business, right, Tiffany, for the people, right? We gotta connect those dots, ladies and gentlemen, right, Curtis? Good show. Thank you, Kabira. I appreciate it. Tell Mom I said hello, all right? We need her back, especially when we get Blacka. All right, Maddie. I do work hard, don't I? I show up every day, Monday through Friday. Rain, sleet, or snow. I'm here, right? And then they get on the TikTok and they get mad at me. Zeus, why are you at work every day on time? Gotta have good work ethic, right? Welcome back, Trippin'. Welcome back. I know you missed what I'm doing over here, all right? Because life has been really doing a number on you, especially with mass deportations. All right, it's an amazing show. Thank you. Yeah, I'm dedicated. There you go, drill, baby, drill. PA, I see you. You guys get on out of here, all right? Yeah. We're gonna have to ride out the next 4 years, ladies and gentlemen. All right. And don't worry. You know why we don't need to worry too much? Because the next 4 years, after this 4 years, we're watching and seeing what MAGA did to the government in the next 4 years. We got it. Right, Sticky Finger? Right, Anita? WN in the chat. You know what I mean. You got to get that out there, all right? God bless you. Do not surrender to the lies that MAGA is pushing, all right? And when you ask them to be honest and they start pivoting, that's when you know you got them. That's when you know you got them. All right, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to take that to the House in 2 months, Angel. Yes, get those special elections going. Thank you. All right, you guys want to drill, baby, drill, and we are out of here. Best show on TikTok.
Because you know she's going to ban fracking, right?
Yes, she's going to ban fracking.
Yeah, she was against fracking, against all this stuff, and then all of a sudden, about a year and a half ago, when she was getting killed in the polls, she said, "I like fracking very much." They always go back to what they want. They always go back. She can't help it.
We're gonna do some drill, baby,
She's
drill. Frack it up.
Left Marxist, she can't help it. But we're gonna end that, and we will frack, 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 and drill, baby, drill. Drill, baby.
Keep it clean, ladies and gentlemen. Keep it clean, you know. You gotta represent, all right? We're gonna drill, baby,
drill. So much money, we're gonna pay down our debt. We're gonna lower your taxes. Insane asylum.
Here it goes.
You know, they go crazy when I say the late great Hannibal Lecter. Drill, baby, drill. We're gonna frack. Drill, there's a frack.
You know she's gonna bang it, right? Hit it.
She was against all the stuff.
And then all of a sudden, yeah, all of a sudden, here it go. She said, I like fracking very much. Look, they always go back to what they want. They always go back. She can't help it. She's a radical. I see it. And we're gonna end that. And we will frack, and drill, baby, drill. So deep. Come on. These guys will drill. We're gonna take out so much money. We're gonna pay down our debt. We're gonna lower your taxes. Deep insane asylum. You know they go crazy when I say the late great Hannibal. Drill, baby, drill. We gonna frack. Drill, baby, drill. Yay! We're gonna drill, baby, drill like it's Hannibal Lecter. We're gonna drill. Hey! How low can you go? How low? Hey!
Insane asylums. You know, they go crazy when I say the late great Hannibal Lecter.
They do.
Okay, they say,
why would you mention Hannibal Lecter?
We're gonna lower your taxes. Deep insane asylums.
You know they go crazy when I say
the late great
Hannibal.
Drill, baby, drill.
That part always gets me because I'm down there and I'm drilling with Hannibal Lecter. You know what I'm doing? Deep insane asylums. You know they go crazy when I say the late great Hannibal. Hey, gotta drill, baby, drill like it's Hannibal Lecter time. We're gonna lower your taxes. Deep insane asylum. You know they go crazy when I say the late great Hannibal. Come on, you know we gotta get this done. How much you owe in your taxes? Oh, 200,000. Don't worry, we'll take good care of those. How much you got in debt? Oh, you got $2 million, $3 million? Don't worry, we'll pay all of that off, baby. All right. What we're gonna do is we're gonna drill. We're gonna drill because we got so much liquid gold under our feet, and we're gonna take care of you. All right. We're gonna take real good care of you, ladies and gentlemen, like it's Hannibal Lecter. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I gotta get up out of here. Take care and stay safe out here in these TikTok streets. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do.